reviewing that show. We're here to review that show. And if we think we can, we can still view that show. All the people be trying to view like us, but you know they can't. It's Marty, and that's it.
Review that show, bitch!
Y'all got
we won't
Christmas.
slow down till Sunday.
I say y'all got all this Christmas shit coming. I already know that's about to be a hectic situation.
Yeah, at least like work is slow though, man. Like foot traffic is like really, really slow compared to like what it's been in the last couple of years. Like I remember we always used to complain, man, there's not enough people here, and it's like now there's way too many motherfuckers there because you know everybody waiting till the last minute apparently. Like it's like I know that last week we gonna be slammed. People gonna be in there looking for fucking the Turbo Man, and we're not gonna have it, and fucking, you know, Sinbad and Arnold Schwarzenegger gonna get into a fight in the parking lot. It's just gonna be a whole, you know, whole mess of shit.
Hey,
but you know, man.
As long as Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad and them don't fuck up your shit, that's all good. Man, bro. I don't know. Today been like a chill ass day, dog.
Yeah.
I wanted to watch Black Lightning again, but didn't.
Oh, okay.
But I sent you that thing, man. You saw Lightning. Her ass got a costume. I'm like, okay.
Shit. I'm like, okay, look at this.
So she
how far into this will we get to see it? Since she's posting it, apparently we're gonna see it for the end of the season, right? That's fair.
I mean, we better see it way before the end of the season because it's like La Mama, freaking. It's like La Mama. Like we last saw you on the run.
Yeah.
Now you ass posting up costume pics and shit.
I mean, yeah.
I'm like,
so it's like, okay, we're gonna progress along. I see. Okay, cool. Good to know. Good
to fucking know. So so apparently you and your family gonna come back together. You know. Okay, cool.
I'm happy for you.
You just ruined your own cliffhanger on the slick.
Yeah, I mean, well.
I mean, we already know.
We know it's gonna. Yeah, it's like it would have been. I don't know. It's fine. I think it's fine. I don't know. I guess I was excited to see it. It looks just like a variation of Thunder's costume for the most part, but with her shit being like so with her being so powerful. It's like, I'm sure it's like souped up with some other shit to sort of help her, you know, to sort of commingle with whatever her powers are now. My thing is,
nobody ain't gonna know is that both you and this girl got the same haircut, and you always had this long hair.
So yeah, so the thing now is, if you're gonna be wearing that, then that means that, cause see, we'll get to this in the show, but it's like.
You talked all that shit about that weave, bitch, and you gonna be taking it
out.
Oh
yeah, you gonna be cutting that. You cut it. Looks, I see you cut it, girl. But I don't know. This just begs all questions inside of the show. Like, okay, so if you're wearing this costume, I mean, and Khalil, what's his face, knows that you have this power. It's like you're not gonna be able to go back. You're not gonna be able to unring that bell.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
he's gonna know.
Will Khalil be around?
He's gonna die.
You know what I'm saying?
Know. I get what you're saying. He's gonna die. He's gonna know, and if he knows, how far can you trust that? Because it's someone outside of the family. You know what I'm saying? Knowing the situation. Now, the other thing I want to know is this, Mom. How they going to explain your identity being concealed? Because you was the only one on this show to this point wondering about Black Lightning and saying when you look at his face, it's hard. Well, is that going to be the same effect for you? Or when you get this mask, will Gambi be like, and this is the way that we do the effect for Jefferson, so no one can know his face? Always going to just DC that shit and just be like, well, you know, domino mask mean that nobody knows you.
I got $5 on that, or Gabbying the scene out. Like, this is how we do it for real, and then this is how we do it for real.
You Gabby, man. I'm here for the Gabby out of the scene, man. Fuck that.
I mean, yeah, no, Gambi fucking rocks, man, and it's like Gambi sort of low key, quietly got his respect from everybody, you know, on each end. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it was cool. I'll give him that. He deserves his moment.
We gonna see some moments from his ass in this episode.
Yeah.
But what's up, y'all? Welcome to Reviewing Dat.
Welcome.
You feel me? I think this would be episode 55.
Is it?
And I mean,
oh wow.
See, you know
okay.
I mean? Yeah, I'm about to see right quick because I just was about to upload. No, this is 55. This is 56. So this is episode 50. This is gonna be 56 when it drops. Yeah, man. So this is that actor guy, Mr. Bats in the building. How y'all doing? This is Martin Bats, you feel me? And you know, it's one of those reviewing that episode. One of those reviewing that lightning episodes, I should say.
That's right.
Yeah, man. You know, we didn't get to it on the last episode because you know we're running our mouths and shit. And you know, hopefully we get to it on this one, you know. But you never know where we might go. But you know, I'm here with my dude here. What's that?
Marty, the favorite host. He's still alive somehow. Your favorite host. You can find me, Marty, MartyEdwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. Go to lowrainpictures.com, click on the Your30 tab where I co-host the show there with what's his name?
Shoulder shrugs.
And Shoulder Shrugs, Mr. Arrogant Observer. Oh, wow. Got some editing to do tonight. Forgot all about that. Alrighty. But yeah, check that out. New episode will be dropping tomorrow at some point.
Hey, me too, man. I got a side B to edit up. Got to finish editing up our last episode. Yeah, they start stacking if you let them, dog.
Yeah.
They really start stacking if you let them.
But you're real good about going in right after the fact and doing it. Like, I remember there's been a few times where it's like, dang, man, I wonder when he's going to post it. And I wake up in the morning and the shit is posted. I'm like, what the fuck?
Sometimes I try to ride that momentum.
You had to, like, do that shit. I don't know how you did. You had to do it, like, literally after I left. You had to start the editing process.
Because the beauty about
the
Viewing That Show, dog, we don't have, like, it's not as... Because you got the same situation with Your30. Y'all have segments. So within the segments, you have to go in and you have to add this music thing and you have to add this part. And sometimes you got to check volume levels and all that. For the most part, Reviewing That is way easier to edit than FlyWithBats. It's just usually me and you, me, you, and Jess. And, you know, our levels basically be the same. We don't have a million segments. So it's mostly just us talking. Only time I got to really go back is when we watch trailers. Because I like to go back and put the real trailer just for sound quality's sake. But
you take the
one we record out and out unless we was talking that shit during
because that's what I'm wondering. I'm like, okay, so do we lose that if we were saying something potent?
No, it just depends. Okay. If we talking that shit, especially if we pausing it or whatever. But we talking that shit in the background, then I'll keep the original version. But we watched it attentively with no sound. Well, I'm gonna go back and give these niggas some quality. Give them the real. So you know, but it's really low. It's low impact to edit these. It's just. And it's also what slows it up to a degree is having to re-listen to get the points to put in the description.
Okay, see, that was my question for you. Okay, cool. So you do that. Another question.
What's up?
Since we on it, because I've never asked, but I'm curious since we're on it, because I brought it up. Who is doing the opening? Whose voices is that?
For reviewing that?
Bitch.
Oh, that's me. That's me the whole time, except for J.Steel sings her own name. J.Steel. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, right, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, okay. Just let y'all get behind the freaking curtains. I mean, you can't tell from Bat's Nerd Out moment. That's that be me, dog.
That's just you?
It's just me. Yeah, it's just me in both of those. Now,
because I felt like that last one for the review that it felt like am I hearing Alpha Joe there? Or is that just in my head? Mm-hmm.
It's just because Alpha Joe loves to use the bitch so much. Yeah, you hear me? If you hear any version of that bill, that bitch, it's like, yeah, you gotta be sure. But no. Now, as on FlyWithBats Podcast, on that Hero Highlight, that's all three of us. We took that from an old segment where we was playing around. With it, like Joe was singing and I wound up singing and then D-Mac wound up singing, playing around. And I said, y'all acting up, but I'll take this whole musical segment, put the chipmunk on it, and this will be our Hero Highlight song from now on, and that's where that came from.
Good shit.
But yeah, this one just came from me. Like, I think I was high as shit. J.Steel was chilling over, whatever. And like, I remember when I started it, she looked at me, she's like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, man, like, I just feel like giving her something fun. And hilariously enough, I made it in that way specifically to make Lawrence laugh. And Lawrence don't even listen to this show. At least I don't think so.
He sneaks in from time to time.
But I'm just saying, because I remember using the
like I can't say consistently, but like there'll be times where I just treat him like he hasn't heard it, and he'll make references to it. So he does pop in and out.
Well, I know he is the biggest Steven Universe fan ever.
Yes! Cause what did you do? You called him like Steven Universe. Somebody said
Joe said
Steven Universe. Yeah,
that's what Joe said. That boy was that lived there. He was Steven Universe. Yeah, but so since I know he's such a fan, and I believe is it Chelsea from the On the Lake podcast? One of them over there is also a huge fan of Steven Universe. But like I remember I was like binging a bunch. Like I fell off. I didn't watch the last season. But I remember I was binging that whole cartoon for a minute, and it was just in my body. It was in my bones. I was just be ignorant, and I wanted L Double laugh. But once again, he don't listen. It's just the irony of hopefully he catches just the opening because it was really for him. At some point I'm gonna switch it up. I don't know to what though, because I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like at some point you gotta have original music. Saying that to y'all. Saying that to On the Lake. Saying that to everybody listening to the podcast realm. When right now, we ain't getting paid for this. We ain't got no sponsors. We ain't got no backings and such. But when them big money dogs start talking to you and things, you gotta have original tunes or they can't really back you because it's copyrighted material unless you got that bank to be paying for that copyrighted material. Yeah. I feel like it's a whole era ago when we had, you ain't got a lie to kick it, my nigga.
Yeah, I miss that, man. Yeah, me too. I remember.
But I was like, nah, man. At some point we're gonna transition. I'd rather transition early because I know it's harder for y'all. Y'all 200 in. But
it kind of.
But y'all always we switch up music every time, right?
We switch up music every time, and then so the intro music is ours. It's just we'd have to switch up the fucking everything else.
Yeah.
We had to switch up everything else. But I'm in talks with the guy who did our intro music. It was just like about like sitting down with him and putting something together. So
you have 3 segments.
We got like 3. Yeah, there's like the fuck you section definitely would need something. The pusher
and both your segments. That's 4.
Yeah,
4 music spots.
Yeah, that's something I need to get into, man. Actually, it feels like a daunting task when I say it now. But yeah, that's something definitely gotta get into, man.
People don't even realize how much of a daunting task podcasting can become when you really get into it. Like everybody, grandma want a podcast, but
everybody that grandma
has one these days, right?
It's crazy.
But I'm watching because I'm saying, but who gonna stay consistent with it? You know what I mean? That's what I'm often looking at. Cause a lot of people they get in the hype and they get into it, and then they fall off. Or not. What they call it? There's a word for it now.
What's that? Oh, there's a word for like falling off when you fall off on your podcast?
Podcast fade away. There's a word for it.
What's the word?
I forget. I remember because I was listening to a podcast.
That's dope.
And they brought this up. They were like, yeah, man, it's like, some podcasts, they just fall off and fade away. And I'm going to see if I can look it up. But I think he's about to say something.
Oh, was I? I don't know.
Are you already high, buddy?
A little bit, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. When I saw I realized I didn't have my phone with me, but I was almost in sleep mode when I saw your text, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right, we are supposed to do it. But I realized, because I don't know, man. From time to time, I realized, it's gonna take him a second to get the message. So I'm like, okay, cool. But I didn't have my phone next to me, so I ran and got it, and I saw it. I was like, okay, well, let me just throw some clothes on, and I'll hit that way. But I was like I don't know what I was. My lady was watching Being Mary Jane. She's been on a binge since she's got out of school on Being Mary Jane.
Is that still come on, or is that like rerun she's watching?
It's on Netflix. I want to say the show
it's on Netflix. Interesting.
Yeah, I want to say it completed itself.
Okay.
But and I was just kind of like, it was kind of an episode I had somewhat seen before, so I was kind of falling asleep a little bit. And then I kind of jumped up because I realized I didn't have my phone, and I was waiting for it to go off. And I also, I got a shoot tomorrow, and I was waiting for the client to call to kind of finalize some stuff. And ironically, after I text you, telling you I was on my way, like maybe 5 minutes later, she called too. So, I got to, not gonna let stuff up. Just this lady's birthday. It's a birthday party. She's having all her friends. She's turning 40, I believe.
Yeah,
is what she said. But she's gonna have all her friends dressed in 20s attire, and she wants to get some shots around the city. So we're gonna hopefully, fingers crossed, the weather does something much more reasonable tomorrow, and we'll be able to shoot. Because everything I have in mind is outside, and I don't have a lot of plan Bs.
I mean, it's New Orleans, though. You cannot. You don't ever know. You gotta see what tomorrow's looking like.
Right.
Truthfully.
Yeah, and that's the scary thing too. That's what I've been kind of like been a little nerve-wracked about, and I was kind of procrastinating about calling her too to kind of schedule, because I'm really just filling in for a friend. I guess he's out of town. It sounds like, but he asked if I could do the gig, and it just turned out to be a little bit more work than I thought it was. Like when he pitched it to me, it sounded like there's gonna be this party, and somebody just wants you to come through and shoot some shots at the party. You know what I'm saying? Just get some candid and memorable shots or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Instead, it sort of turned into this. It's just this other thing that it seemed like the lady had in mind that I was gonna pull out like a backdrop and set it up old school, high school picture style. You know what I mean? And it was kind of like, oh, nah, that's kind of not what I can do. So. Then it kind of shifted to something else. So I mean, we came to.
I catch life. I catch real life.
I catch real life. That's what I do. So, but and then I really panicked too at the last minute and everything too. I was kind of like, oh man, you think you can find anybody else to do this, man? But I figured out my equipment situation, so I think I'll be okay. But it's basically we got to go to 3 spots. We're gonna go to Armstrong Park, Jackson Square, and like the beginning of Bourbon Street. Maybe kind of walk down a little bit, try to catch the street and the liveliness in the background, or chaos, if you will. You know what I mean.
Create that beauty.
Create that beauty.
Create that beauty.
So, but yeah, that's the plan, man. But so I'm nervous about that. It's sort of my because it's supposed to be a paid gig. It's also this woman's like 40th birthday or whatever. So I don't want to screw it up.
Yep, it's the first. It's the first birthday that's mattered since 35.
Yeah.
Because there's 30, there's 35, and there's 40. Any of the numbers in between, they don't matter. They all feel the same.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Honestly, they're nothing.
Fuck,
yeah, man.
It's
I'm
true,
30-something until I'm 35. Then I'm going to be 35 until I'm 40. I've been saying I'm 30 still. I'm over 30 now. Spoiler alert. But like I don't even go into specifics. You only get into the business since I was so long ago. I'm not supposed to even say my real age, like for real.
Yeah, which I get that.
Until when you're on, they don't give a fuck. When you try to come up, they want to stay in the range. So I don't ever really truly answer that question directly. And if I do, I'm most likely to say 30. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be 30 to I'm 35. So when y'all hear me saying I'm 35, y'all gonna know I've arrived.
My girlfriend has lied about her age since way before she hit 30, and she you never heard this from me, but like she's always done it. But I've found myself in times doing it too now.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like because it'll work for the most part. Because most times, for the most part, I'll be honest, and I always get like, oh, I thought you were a little younger or whatever. Cool, you could have played.
We don't look our ages.
Yeah,
right.
And it's like, if you want to play this game, man.
Pause. Especially when you think about when we were little. When we were little, 30 looked 50. For real.
Yeah. I mean,
I remember becoming a high schooler thinking we don't look like the high schoolers I used to look at when I was in middle school. And
like high school felt like, God damn, this nigga got a beard.
But it's still, they didn't look like, I remember when I was little, I felt like seniors looked like grown men. Now, when I got to high school and became a senior, some of us did, but most of us didn't look like the men and the women that I remember seeing when I was little.
Yeah, like a lot of us had a youthful look to us.
Bruh.
Yeah.
And even still now, like some people, the age has caught up with them. But like I know a lot of friends of mine, from across the board, if you ask them their real age, you wouldn't believe it.
Yeah. Sometimes, for some, life has caught up with them. And I'm trying to think there's just like one or two in particular I can think of just off the top of my head. It's just kind of, held up. And yeah.
You said one or two. That's deep.
I mean, yeah.
That what is on the podcast. It's like on one end, I'm happy that podcast culture is growing and more people are getting into it.
Are you happy about
But on the other end, I'm like, man, y'all motherfuckers wave riding, man. I ain't go front. A piece of me get kind of selfish about it Because it's like, even before I was podcasting, like since college, I would do talk radio because I've always been into talk radio before podcasting was a thing. You know what I mean? Talk radio was a deal.
Yeah.
I don't know what made me get into it, honestly, dog. But I just always dug it. So even when I was in college, I had my own, like, we created the morning show over there, and our morning show was a real morning show at Dillard. Where, like, we used to wake up early as fuck. They used to, guys, son.
You used to go into the little recording booth and stuff too. Oh, okay, cool.
Son, yeah.
I was always fascinated with that. Like that's what drew me to it. Well, Arrogant Observer used to have his own like thing where he was the Phoenix.
Right.
Yeah, and like no, I was just always fascinated with that, man. I always wanted to like try it or whatever. And
it's essentially podcasting just with buttons.
Really, yeah.
Honestly, especially when you go more talk radio now, like when you're dealing with music, then you got to learn how that board is set up to get the music playing and stuff. And I even remember I was one of the hosts on our morning show, and I also had my own show. And that's what I was called. I was a FlyWithBats show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
And I remember my show had more talking on it than any of the other shows. I'm not playing music because I knew we supposed to, but I like the topics. I like the conversation. I like, running it and such. So it's like even though the FlyWithBats podcast may be 2-3 years old, it's been that's my major. Like people be forgetting, my minor was theater. I just took enough classes to be there. Yeah. Like I'm 3 classes away from being a double major doing some funny shit. Like you might as well say I'm a double major because nobody even knew that. Most people don't even know that my minor was theater, not my major, but my major was radio. It was mass communications. So it's like it's always been in my soul. So nowadays when people just be popping up like I've got a podcast, I've got a podcast, I've got a podcast, I'm like, but do you? But do you?
No.
Are you gonna stick it out?
Probably not. But like the thing for me now, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what? Since we're talking about it, like I'll just say it.
Man, talk your shit, man. I don't care.
I dig on so many levels, like just like hanging out with Arrogant Observer on a weekly basis, right?
I mean, I've said this on the podcast once before. It feels like designated chill time with your nigga.
Right.
So it's like no matter what, where your life goes, you know what I mean? Because shit, we adults, you know what I mean? So sometimes we might just miss out. So if we just have that destination time of getting up and rocking it, even if it's an hour or two, I feel that.
And it's like, that's kind of what's keeping me going with it. But like, I don't know, like this, I'm not gonna lie to you. I get more excited coming to do this than I do sometimes for Your30. But it's like I always get like amped about like just sitting down and shooting shit with Arrogant Observer. So it's like
I think the excitement comes from
losing, but I felt like we were capturing something in a bottle and like boom, and y'all were capturing something in a bottle, boom, Now everybody's fucking got a 20-ounce bottle and we're all walking around with our 20-ounce bottles and I'm just like. It's just, and not like I dig the inner. I'm not speaking of our inner circle. I'm talking about.
Oh, I know. You're not speaking about inner, because this is what I'm saying, right? If I ain't fuck with your podcast or it was not vouched for, I wouldn't shout it out.
Right.
There's 2 podcasts on the scroll that I'll admit I've never listened to, and those are 2 that was put on there by like one, like from Joe or something that is my friends. So I want to shout them out, and I'm not gonna hate on you. If you want me to put add to the scroll, boom, I'll take your referral. But a grand majority of the ones that's on our scroll, I fuck with y'all podcast. So if you're listening to us talking, we ain't talking about y'all.
We're not talking about y'all. Okay, cool.
We ain't talking about y'all.
That's understood, right? But but it's just like it's just like so. It feels so saturated, and that was another reason too. I was just like, man, I think it would be really dope if we could kind of. Combined everything into one network, man. I think that'd be all on one website. I think that'd be like one fucking powerhouse, and it's just like, man, don't fuck with these niggas. But it's just like everybody has one, and it's kind of like at one point I thought that was a joke, but it's like when I really sat back and just took a look, it's like, nah, it's a.
And somehow, how ignorant would that RSS feed be? Because most spots that do that, they all have their separate streams still, like. But they also still have a hub stream where they put all of the episodes from
everything on there.
Dude, that would be sick.
But like that's worthy of a fucking like iTunes like post or new innovative thing or you know what I'm saying, new whatever the fuck they put the new and current shit up there. I mean like it's
Because there's a network.
I think that would be dope, man.
I think it would be dope too. The Movie Trailer Reviews Network, they're one that does this because it started with the cat Chris and some of his people, and they were just reviewing movies. And then he got another partner. They started specifically reviewing comic book stuff. Then he got some women partners that started reviewing like other things. Once again, they made this whole hub. So now if you go to the MTR network, either .org or .com or .net, I forget. I know I just Google it and go straight to it. Right. They got so many things on their website besides the podcast. They have articles and shit now that people might write. All kind of cool shit, vlogs and stuff. And I'm like, dude, I would dig like if whoever on the scroll want the, especially the ones that we know personally, want get together, put it on the site and make that site and you still do all your own shit on your Podbean, on your SoundCloud, wherever you at. You still do your own thing, but you put them, we put you do your own stream. You feel me? But we put the main things on the site, and whenever we represent and we say go to such and such.com to get all our content and whatnot. Right. I think that'd be cool as fuck.
I think it would be too.
But you know what I mean? Yeah. And I ain't go bruh. I go from man, just sir, yeah.
Seems like everybody was down too. It's just about the name and
the name is what's gonna be hard because names are hard. Names are hard, dog. But
it's hard, but it's like, man, when we find it, we'll know.
What's hilarious is this. I forget what I looked up, but most New Orleans, like who that or whatever New Orleans. I looked up there and every New Orleans slang with podcast with it. Right. No one has any of those names. There's no PodcastNola.com. There's no
Oh really?
Dude, it's okay.
So we could be the first.
We could be the first combined. No, because there are other networks. Because I had a friend of mine, my dude Daniel. I'm sorry, my girl Bianca. She put me on because I don't know if she still does her podcast. I forget. But I remember when I went to her site and the podcast she was doing, and it was like a network. And I don't know if there was a network associated with other states, or if that was a Louisiana thing. But I had a few podcasts on there. I'm gonna ask her what the network was again, so I could just see how they doing it. But it's still, no matter how you doing it, you gonna do it like you. We gonna do it like we. Right. Yeah. That's come I don't never trip on. I don't care if somebody else is doing something that I came up with naturally, son. They can't do it like how I plan on doing it. So yeah, like I said, we edging towards the end of this end of this year. So I feel like we should start having actual talks about it because it'd be something dope to start top of the year.
Yeah, I've been in such a terrible place. I'm somebody's got to spearhead the group text or whatever we got to get going to get everything going. But I'm sure everybody said they were down. It's the name, dog. Once we
who's everybody that you know? Because
I felt like everybody on our network. The Cinema Gems,
shit! So even the people already on your Low Rank Pictures network, they about that too.
It. Yeah,
dude, not deep. Our site would be if you're talking about, dude. That's almost. It depends because it's like you said about low because you was 4 podcasts on there right now.
Yeah, it's about 4. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the scroll has 9 or 10, but out of those 9 or 10, I know a good 3 or 4 of the podcasts that actually listen to us too. So it's let's say all 4 of those podcasts decide to jump on board too. That's 8 by itself, not including I'm not including FlyWithBats, which is 9, and not including the multiple shows. Because wait, am I the only one that does multiple shows? So far, I think so. Yeah, everybody else does the main show.
Nothing else is coming to mind.
Yeah, but either way it goes, that's a lot of shows. That's gonna be some cool shit.
I think so.
That's gonna be some cool shit, I think, dog. We gotta figure out what the name gonna be. So if y'all listening, hit us up at reviewingdat@gmail.com. What you think a cool name for our entire podcast network could be?
On the Lakers was down. I haven't asked Sugar Assassin Sarcasm.
I would love to have Sugar Assassin Sarcasm on that thing. That'll be tight. Yeah. I would love to have 4 misses in the mic. They'll be tight. Yeah. Because that's another thing that I like, the fact of all of our podcasts in this network, in this circle, we're not the same vibe. It's not the same style. It's not, you know what I mean? You're not getting from FlyWithBats what you get from Your30, what you get from On the Lake, what you get from 4 Misses, what you get from Roxy's Way, and them. It's a bunch of different vibes. So whatever's your cup is your cup. Right. You know what I mean? But then sometimes you'll be surprised what your cup might be if everything you go into one hub and you gonna find accidentally taste another shit. And I think that's the beauty of it. But yeah, just moving forward, this whole... I just hate, don't make it a fad, bro. If you gonna podcast, put your time into it. Like, stay consistent with it. Feel me? Like...
Heard.
That's why I'm glad we moved up to one podcast a week versus every 2 weeks. Because every 2 weeks was like slowing down the number count. And we already do 2 sides, which could be 2 podcasts by themselves. So doing them every 2 weeks, I'm like, nah, y'all, we gotta get organized. We gotta at least put 1 or 2 out a week. And now it's like, when you throw Reviewing That in there, we throwing out 3 a week, son.
Yeah, well, honestly, dog, I thought, I'm be real, I thought y'all were doing all of them in one day.
Impossible. Impossible. Impossible.
That's what I'm like.
Nah, I can't front. When we first started doing side A and side B, those first couple were in one day in real life. And those first couple. But like maybe,
I'm not tripping. At some point
they were. But
it
like
was just a short time.
No, they would like we would get up. We would get up for like 3 hours and then like just cut them in half and shit. And then at one point I was like, nah, dog, it make more. And then we be getting high and shit, so it just made more. You know,
3 hours.
Come on, son, dude, get fucked up. So I was like, son, we gonna do side A on one day, side B on another day. You know what I mean? Then like when we start doing Reviewing That, okay, I can slide Reviewing That right here. And then when I start doing Acting While Black, I'm just trying to see what I'm gonna throw that at. And you know, just
so how's that going?
I haven't even started it yet because so many life things been slowing so much up. But I think for that, like I got people in mind. I made this thread and buku actors replied. And you know, my whole deal is just to talk to actors, talk shop, talk the game, get their stories and see where they at. And you know, and right now I got Lawrence and J.Steel in mind to be rotating co-hosts with me. But then Rel from the On the Lake podcast asked me, she asked me if I got my co-host situation together, and I said I did. But I still feel like, I think she's trying to throw her name in the hat to be like, I'll be down. So I'm like, well, yeah, you know.
Be dope, yeah.
What's that, Rel? I'm saying you too. I feel like I can have rotating co-hosts depending upon who we're talking to. Because sometimes I might be talking to, like, you know what I mean, like somebody I feel like, man, I think Rel should be with me talking to this person because like she remind me of da-da-da-da. Or I think, man, Marty, we to this dude here, he's more like film oriented. Maybe we should talk da-da-da. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like
we interview Rusty Cundiff, man. Hey, I'm here.
and that's the glue. And something like that, that'll be the point to get to that point to be interviewing those type of cats too.
Right, okay, I got you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
I mean, like, fuck.
Know,
I could probably actually swing Darren Scott though.
For real?
I don't think it's impossible. Like, I still have his phone number. He still keeps up with me on Facebook, like, regularly.
I mean...
Like, I don't think it'll be impossible. Okay. It's just, we gotta do it down the line so when our review...
It's sort of...
it's so far. Because
if he even gets a hint of that, he's gonna like, let me Google these guys. You know what? Let me just see if Tales from the Hood.
Now, I'm gonna say this. I ain't never put that in the title. I danced around it. So,
oh, did you?
You gotta find that episode. I don't remember what number episode it is. It's just long as shit. It's probably the longest episode we ever did. And it's in the 40s or something. But
awesome.
So you
so
can't
fucking awesome.
you can't Google
so
it.
Awesome.
But yeah, like I feel like I could swing him at some point. I just have to get things going. Lance Nichols already told me he'll be about it. Just had to work within his schedule and shit.
Oh, he's fucking awesome. Yeah, no, he'd be great. Yeah.
And he said he'll be about it, and and my thing is like it's like Ghetto Actor Studio and shit. Like we just come through, sit on my couch. I'm gonna ask you before I start pressing record. You smoke?
Do you mind if I?
I'm just saying, like.
I don't offend you with this marijuana smoke in your face.
And I want it to be really informal. Some because like a lot of acting podcasts I listen to are super professional and super white. And
okay.
And man, I have not found many black acting podcasts. That's why I'm calling it boldly Acting While Black. And I'm still going to include other races like Asian, Hispanic. If you're a person of color, I'm just going to be bold and say Acting While Black just because of the driving while black motif. But like all actors and filmmakers of color, I want to talk to you because all of our journeys is much different than our white counterparts. It just is what it is. And there's merit into listening to their journey. You know what I mean? I listen to everybody's shit. You know what I mean? I'm just a nerd about the business, about acting, about films, about filmmaking. So I'm listening to Scorsese on down to freaking like whoever. You know, I'm listening to everybody talk. But I feel like when it's like a Denzel, when it's a Don Cheadle, when it's Samuel L. Jackson, when it's a Viola Davis, when it's a Regina King, you know what I'm saying, when it's Angela Bassett, when it's these people that look like me, that has a similar like story, like, you know what I mean, like I was talking about Anthony Mackie on a previous podcast, I'm most likely be dealing with what you dealt with versus what Leo dealt with. And it is what it is. So, yeah. So, right. It's going to be a passion project for me. I'm just mad that I haven't started it yet because I'm really excited about it. It makes me, it's one of those that, it kind of goes into what you were saying about times you get really excited about reviewing that and shit, even more so than your 30 at times. And I think it's because how often do niggas get a chance to nerd out? Ain't too many niggas that we get, like, a lot of, you know, like people are getting into nerd culture, but like there ain't too many times where you and your partner can be like, man, look, I saw this, let's run it about this.
And it's that's exactly what it is. I don't want to nerd out again. But it's like, yeah, and then also too, I get introduced to shit that I wasn't on my radar prior to before. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, after watching Death Note the movie, had no interest in watching Death Note the anime.
I'm glad we gave you that interest.
But it was sort of like at first it was homework, and then it turned into an obsession. Yeah, you know. So it's like it's a cool place to come and kind of, you know, just shoot this shit.
And that's why
you know, it's like, that's what it is. And it's like, yo, hey, you gave me the key to the kingdom. Guess what? I've been fucking with these bullshits. Well, hey, let's talk about them. Man, let me tell you why this shit is garbage. I do got it somewhere. There you go.
Yeah, cool.
Tell you why that shit is garbage. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, nah, that's what's exciting about it. And also that, you know, that thing that you hear right now.
yes. And man, that's how I feel about with the Acting While Black podcast. Sometimes I just want to nerd out about acting shit, like nothing else. Just let's talk the game, let's talk the business, let's talk what be on your mind. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes, and at times that keeps you inspired because they got other people out there striving like you. So yeah. Talk about it right now is like, Bats, you gotta start this bitch next week, nigga. Like, fuck it, like just jump in. So
man,
it's coming
like,
soon.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about it myself, man. You know, let me know if there's something I can do to help, man.
I'm gonna let you know, dog. Did you see Elseworlds yet?
Nah, man. I told you she's been binging the goddamn being Mary Jane. She's got too much time on her head. Nah, I haven't watched it.
You finished Sabrina?
I haven't even gone back. I finished Sabrina though, yeah.
Alright, cause that's what J.Steel is doing.
In there watching that right now?
She's watching Sabrina, and I was like, I guess you guys gonna nerd out on the next episode about that madness.
We sure can.
Apparently, there's orgies. I didn't know there were orgies.
Oh my god!
How are there orgies in Sabrina? Like, there are parents that are letting their kids watch this show that don't know what they're getting. Think about it, dog. A lot of times Netflix is the babysitter. I don't mean like 12-year-olds. Man, you never know. But I mean, there's some motherfuckers that's turning on Sabrina, and the parent thinking about Sabrina the Teenage Witch probably, and they just having at it, and they don't even realize that there's some dark shit with this freaking teenage lead.
You're true.
Because as soon as you see a teenage lead, you're thinking, oh, this teenage lead, Mike, I can let my 15-year-old watch this. And then there's orgies, apparently.
Yeah. There were orgies. I'm thinking about it, and I'm kind of like, let me try to paint this in a mind. Like, this orgy isn't so bad. It's like, nah, they intended to fuck. And actually, I think they did. Now that I'm like, because I keep playing it on my head, like, nah, man, they're all in high school. Yeah, they fuck. Now that I think about it, yeah. No, there's a full-fledged orgy. Now, you need to stop.
You need to stop for 1 second.
Okay.
You said the statement. This orgy's not so bad.
I was trying to make
an orgy, dog.
I know. And I was trying
There's no way that you can make an orgy.
I know. I was trying to take the venom out of orgy.
It's the word. No, it's orgy.
It's high school kids
exactly.
in an orgy. Yeah. And it's like, there's no way you can make that okay, right?
No.
There just isn't.
It's not.
Which I'm trying.
It's impossible.
I can't. And I regret ever attempting this.
You can get to the point that you want to get to about the show. I'm just saying, dog. But you said the statement.
I did.
The orgy.
No, I appreciate you for keeping me honest. No.
I'm like, the orgy.
He's like, no, wait a minute. We're going to know.
The orgy?
Talk about this.
The orgy?
The orgy is okay. No, it's not okay. But it happened. It definitely happened. But yeah, no, they
it exists.
It happened. Now, granted, it doesn't get very graphic. It leaves a great deal to the imagination in terms of like what today's terms of leaving something to the imagination like they did for the most part in this orgy, right?
Yeah.
Because they kind of cut away really before anything really gets hot and heavy. I
just never thought I'd see the day that we have high school orgies on TV, man.
Not
TV, but you know.
Well, I mean,
I'm not mad. Like I'm just laughing that that's not what I thought was gonna happen with Sabrina, the teenage witch.
I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. We kind of talked about it, where it's like we don't quite know what the show's trying to do in the first couple episodes. You just kind of are intrigued with what they're doing.
No, you were just kind of intrigued. Right, okay, J.Steel or just kind of intrigued.
Okay, fair enough.
I lost interest in 15 minutes, but proceed.
You did? Okay, fair enough. All right. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, you just kind of go with it basically, and then at some point you make a wrong turn down the road, and you're watching the aftermath of an orgy, and apparently that's eggs in the morning.
And they pray to Satan and shit. But we'll get to that on the next episode.
It's one of the things that's like, but you know what the thing about it? That's what I was gonna say. The orgy is just one of the things you just have to make your peace with. It's like there's a journey that you go with along with this show, and it is just one of the things you have to make your peace with if you're gonna kind of stick with it and watch it to the end.
I mean, I ain't hating on it for any adults. I just feel like when you think Sabrina, you don't think that you have to chaperone your 14-year-old from watching Sabrina. That's all. It's just funny to me, like, because in Netflix, a lot of times parents just let a kid go in their room, they turn on Netflix, and they catch what they catch. So
I agree.
It's gonna be trippy.
I agree, but sorry.
Not acting like we didn't watch rated R movies when we were young and shit. I mean,
we
that shit happened too. It's just funny that it's gonna be very accessible. We have to figure that shit out.
It felt like, though, did you feel like at all that the marketing for this, like, just because I know anybody can access it, but like, did you feel like the marketing in terms of it was gave you any impression that we've given you now that you know that the show exists?
No.
Like leading up to it?
No, because
you never thought you'd see a high school orgy.
No, or demon sacrifices. It's like this.
Or
I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna just be like freaking Buffy the Vampire Slayer. About as far as that went. And Buffy had, they had sex and shit, but we had full blown orgies, and like they had this certain levity about it at the same time. That if that tone was more like probably why I like Supernatural. You know what I mean? Those were similar tones in how they dealt with their witchery or their vampires or whatever the hell they was dealing with. But from what I'm hearing about this Sabrina, they go into the witchiness, full witch.
Oh, Satan is Satan is Satan.
See, in Supernatural, Lucifer comes up. We got Satan in Supernatural, but it just, I feel like got a lighter way that they touch the Satan versus pray to our God.
Oh no, we sit on Satan's lap in this show. I mean, it's like we tell Satan what we want for Christmas. It's like we're that close to Satan.
I don't want to spoil them, but we get pretty close to Lucifer too, and he hints at some rape shit. But anyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can't even get into the details. People who know, they just know. But how do you feel about this story that came up about Lakeith Stanfield? He said this before, but I guess he's still saying it. He wants to play the black Joker. He's still pushing this wave of wanting to be the Joker.
Is there a black Joker in comics?
Nah.
So is he like doing the Donald Glover thing, like in like a year or 6 months or so, we're gonna get a Black Joker comic book to sort of push the idea out into America's brain, and then a couple of years later we'll get an animated movie?
I have no interest in a Black Joker, dog.
Everything
about the Joker to me, no offense, just feel like some white shit. So it's like, if I'm going to even go through the mental capacity to be like a black nigga would go this metal, I just don't got it.
I feel like that exists. It's called Glass.
I mean, but even still, bro, Samuel Jackson ain't the Joker. Glass ain't the Joker. Like, he crazy, like, for real. But
and wants chaos in the same manner.
Not in the same manner, son.
Come on, dude. He's wearing a purple suit.
We know his history, man. We know why he's the way he is, dog. Joker is pure anarchy, pure chaos, and that comes from white people. That doesn't come from white people. It comes from whiteness. Not even white people. Whiteness.
We should take a survey because you cannot get more black Joker than Sam Jackson in glass.
Well, then Lakeith needs to be Glass's son, because I'm just saying, when I'm thinking about the Joker that fights Batman, that don't even remember his own history, that's freaking scary and morbid, and like grips off people's face, his own face, and staples it back onto his freaking fleshy skull.
Oh shit, you read that, huh?
Dude, Joker does things that I'd just be like, okay, this seems like some crazy white man shit. You heard me? I'm just all I'm saying. So it's like, I'm not hating on Lakeith wanting to play a Joker-esque character. It's just, and I would love to see him play a psychopath like villain or something. He could do that. I would love to see it. But as soon as it becomes the green hair and the white skin, it's like, I'm not interested in that from any black actor, honestly. I'm not even, it's not even that we can do all things. Hispanic could be a Joker. Asian could be a Joker if you want to do it. You could do anything, but as far as that's just a character and we're actors. But I'm saying personal preference, I'm just not interested in seeing a black Joker, and I couldn't believe a black Batman unless it's Batman Beyond. I'm down for a black Batman Beyond, just not like Bruce, because his family supposedly had this lineage of money since slave times, and that's like.
I personally wouldn't pursue this. I wouldn't sign a petition to get a black Joker film made. Now, granted, if they gave me a dope black Joker film, I'd dig it if it was dope.
You won't see me walking in the streets fighting against it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, good luck. Right. I don't know what because that's about as much as I can give to this. Because if I don't know, I don't even really know what to do with that. It's like Lakeith Stanfield. I don't know. This feels. I don't know, man. Almost an unrealistic request.
Yeah, I don't like.
But that maybe he's making an unrealistic request in some way to get a more realistic request. I don't know.
I mean, it's not impossible. You know, people angle to do things like this all the time. Yeah. And technically, like with Matt Reeves taking over the Batman franchise, we don't know where he's going to go particularly with it. Right now we currently have two Jokers with Jared Leto and with Joaquin Phoenix. You know, we have one set in the 80s that's supposed to be his own tale with Joaquin, and Jared Leto's still under contracts, even though he's about to be Morbius for Sony's Venomverse. So are
you, if I may ask, like to temperature check, how are you feeling about? Are you keeping up with the footage and stuff and the set photos that they're giving of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker? Yeah. Like, how are you feeling in terms of what you're seeing so far? Has anything excited you? Are you looking forward to this film?
I think Joaquin gonna be an amazing Joker. I'm just not necessarily looking forward to the film because their whole deal is they giving him his name like Arthur or something. Their whole deal is giving this detailed origin for the Joker.
And that's not
attractive
to you.
I'm attracted to watching a possible tale versus you telling me this will be, because you know once you put out a movie, then people to this day go back to Batman 89 for, oh yeah, man, Joker's name is Jack Napier and he did this and this happened. He was a gangster, but really nowhere in comics had they ever really said anything for where he came from. So once this movie comes out, people gonna be like, this is the Joker history. There's some people who still think Joker killed Bruce Wayne's parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, once it's in a movie, some people don't get out the movies. So it's like, I hope somewhere in the...
never read the comics to begin with.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why the movie is usually, I want certain set things to be said.
The Bible.
Yeah, if it's going to be the Bible, let the Bible at least... Like specifically with Joker, I would just be happy if they said... If they had that line from The Killing Joke where he says... I love my, this is how I remember it today. You know, I always like my origin to be multiple choice. And so that always even people like to think of Killing Joke as the Bible, but it's not. Even Joker says himself, look, I remember my origin all kinds of ways. This is why Dark Knight had him coming up with all these, every time I wonder how I got these scars. That was them shouting out that line because he kept lying. You never know how he got the scars. We don't know what his origin was, and I love that. So I hope in this film he says that at some point, like maybe if he's retelling where he came from or something, it gets said like that this was a rumor or allegedly or anything to give me some glimmer of this doesn't have to be Job 3.
This isn't the Bible.
You hear
this
me?
is based on
a crazy man's recollection.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And then at the very end of the movie, somebody else, like, let's say they start the movie off with a reporter talking to him, and we get all this, and at the end of the movie, that reporter leaves, and another reporter comes in, and he starts the story completely different. And then smiles, and it goes off.
Oh,
that'd
wow,
be sick.
no, that'd be dope.
That'd be sick.
They could fucking, you know what, they could do that.
I would be happy with that, but they're not gonna do that. They're just not. I'm just not looking forward to that. I'm not having these hopes up at all.
That's fine.
You dig?
That's all right. When the people in charge die, we'll just take over. It's fine.
That's cool. Fine. I mean, dude, like I told you last episode, dog. Like I'm on a writer's kick. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to get some stories written, and whether I shoot the motherfucker or not. Like seeing, like I said, from Ava DuVernay at the highest level to Issa in the middle level to the fact that every time I look around online, there's these things looking for black material. That I'm like, man, I'm getting tired of getting caught with my pants down. Whether it's a series we actively shooting or just a script I got sitting that's just saying, hey, I'm ready. I'm trying to work. So, you know, we will take that shit. Fuck, as far as I'm concerned, Lakeith, dog, if they never cast you as Joker, like we saw that Brightburn thing with the quasi-Superman, why you can't make a film or a world or universe where you are this villain and it's just you created some black shit. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be opposed to seeing you play a nutso character. You dig?
Yeah, I think, honestly, I think there's a lot riding on Brightburn.
Really?
I think that there's a lot, because it's really, unless
it does take the dependence away from the books once you start creating your own lore in the same genre.
And being so close to the source material too. It's like if you can it says that if you can just sort of take a character like this character, take this template and sort of create your own thing, but really create an interesting story, there's now a market for that. It's like it's not Superman, it's whatever the fuck we're calling this guy.
Unbreakable started it like 15 years ago.
Yeah, but
it just didn't follow up until Split.
You know, Unbreakable suffered from, I don't know, man, like maybe being ahead of its time.
Yes, because that movie's amazing, dog. Especially for somebody that's in the comic shit. How they took it so seriously and set it up. Yeah. The moment that you start catching on what you're watching is just fascinating because it's really like a deconstruction of superhero lore. And then, you know, then when you get to Split freaking a decade later, you're like, my dude, if you would have been working on this previously, you would have been so on one.
You would have,
because that decade kind of hurt Split and Unbreakable, but it feels like with Glass.
Nah.
I mean, I know.
They still stand as great works.
They don't hurt each other as films.
I think they hurt the audience being the audience's interest
in the world.
In the director. I like the faith in the director.
But Split brought them back. But I'm saying if he could have done Split,
Visit brought him black.
No, fuck the Visit. I mean, as far as the world. No, I'm talking about the director. I mean, it brought people interested in that world again. Because I feel like if you would have just dropped Unbreakable 2, it wouldn't have the impact that Split being this backwards sequel, and then you realize in the end what it was after he goosed you, like he got you, like, oh, you thought this was just his own standalone amazing thing. Guess what? Has something to do with this world. And then he came back with Glass at the best time. See, he didn't let Split and Glass go freaking 15 years apart. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that he's smart enough to have written this story in a manner, just looking at the trailer of Glass, that, he's using the time to his advantage.
Oh, yeah.
The characters have aged. He has gotten better as a director. It's like both sides of the lens.
I don't know what happened with him. I almost feel like, man, he got into the mafia. He was into the mob for like millions of dollars, and he had to make The Happening and After Earth, and a couple things in between.
Everything After Signs.
Yeah, everything after Signs. And he's out of debt, fresh out of jail, out on bail,
California,
right? And now he's like he came back with this with the Blumhouse flick where it's like, hey, we're gonna give you a shoestring budget, but you know what? You gotta make it work. And it's like, I don't give a fuck. I'll make that shit work. Yep. And then he fucking, I'm sure he pitches them, because you know the cool thing about it is, people dug. There's like there's a cult following for Unbreakable. So if you pitch them another movie in the same universe, but the people don't know it's a fucking tie-in until the very end, and then it's gonna get them really excited.
He didn't tell them it was an Unbreakable sequel.
He didn't. Yeah, no.
That's what's funny too.
Yeah, no, but like imagine when he pitched it. You mean?
Yes.
To the whatchamacallit, he didn't
to get the money to make this film.
He didn't tell them it was a whatchamacallit sequel.
A lot of people that was working on the film didn't even know. He kept that shit under such wraps. It's trippy.
Okay, now see, it feels like the better play with to play on the nostalgia of Unbreakable.
I mean, I'm more than sure that's the legend, and somebody at the Hi-Ups probably had to have known us to some degree. I mean, they didn't know as early as we would think at the very least. He's saying that no, he kept that close to him. He knew what he was shooting. Because for the longest, even his test crowd, the test screening, didn't even have the Bruce Willis scene.
Oh, they didn't?
They did not want that getting out.
Wow.
Right?
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
So a lot of people just watched the movie and enjoyed the movie.
Because, fair enough. I'll give him that, because there's no way I would trust a single soul to walk out of there and not say shit. Come on, dude. You gonna tell me everybody gonna sign the NDA or whatever? Come on,
and you often do more than one test screening because they go kind of by region. So it's like, my dude, you're gonna at least have 2 or 3 test screenings.
No fucking way.
Nah, son. Nope. Sorry.
No fucking way.
So yeah, very excited.
I hear you though.
Very excited.
Yeah, no, I'm super, super excited about this movie, man. It looks like they're real stakes and shit, and it's like, because I'm one of them dudes, man. I'll watch a trailer, and unfortunately, I've watched this last one too many times, and I'm putting some shit together, and I'm kind of like, oh wow, I wonder how Bruce Willis is gonna get out of this, because I know the predicament he's gonna be in, and I wonder how he's gonna fight out of it.
But that's the beauty of storytelling. I can't wait to see, because he's older.
Yeah, he's much older, right?
That gives him that gives you more sympathy for whatever he's going through, because you're more afraid of, damn, he's not, because even in Unbreakable he was middle aged. Yeah, but you still feel like I don't know if I want to take him in a fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now he's older, and he's an older man, so it's like, damn, he's the protagonist.
When's the last time you saw Unbreakable?
I watched half of it 2 weeks ago, and I had to go do something. I said, because it's on Hulu.
It's on Hulu?
It's on Hulu.
Okay.
So I remember when I saw it was on Hulu, I jumped like a little bitch. Like, I was like, oh! Yeah. You hear me? So I remember I watched half of it. And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'm going to go back and watch the rest. I'm probably going to watch it again from the top.
I want to rewatch it before I go and watch
it's on Hulu. I forgot you don't have Hulu.
I don't have it, but well, we'll see. Once I get all my gifts in order, because I'm going to get paid one more time before Christmas, so once all of my gifts are in order, if I can string together $6.99, I'll be cool. I should be in business, but I just want to make sure I get all the gifts, because it's important to do that this year. So I want to just make sure I get everything.
Feel that. So all right, people, we gonna get to some Black Lightning. You dig? Yeah, man. So this is the point where, if you still watch Black Lightning, come and pull up a seat, roll up a blunt. If you don't watch Black Lightning, deuce. If you don't watch Black Lightning, but you still want to hear us talk about Black Lightning, oh, you are such sweethearts. And come on, pull up a chair, light up, and roll up a blunt. Let's go. Bless your hearts, because we about to get into the last 2 episodes. That's the mid-season finale, as well as we didn't talk about the episode prior to the mid-season finale, dog. So
we did not, we're
gonna speed through that one and then get into the mid-season.
I need a refresher. What happened there?
We're not a family without Jen.
She ran away with some boy.
Khalil.
You didn't say anything?
You blaming this on me? You drove her away. Just like you did me.
Black Lightning. All new episode next Tuesday at 9/8 Central. Only on the CW.
That's the first day of them being on the run, right?
That's when it kind of started. Before, and that was the episode when she gave Khalil that fire ass fade.
Yeah, because like, we didn't know that Jen went to cosmetology school.
Dog.
She had been cutting hair since she was 12.
That's who giving Jefferson his fade, apparently, dog.
Yeah, we didn't know. She's keeping the whole house straight.
Bro, she cut. Oh my God, like she doing Lynn. She doing Lynn.
Keeping Lynn kitchen straight.
Everybody get together, dog. He went from Killmonger, dog. He had the Fresh Boys fucking boy band fucking fade, bro.
I'm like, oh, look at Lil Khalil. Nigga, you still look 30. But
damn,
welcome back.
Welcome back to
back.
who you are. Welcome back to who you are.
Welcome back to who you are, good man.
So yeah. Oh, so this is so damn.
I guess
it starts with them on the run. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, he was right. So yeah, so that was episode. He started. He trying to be all, He's still Khalil with the dreads, as if Tobias ain't got no goddamn hit out on him. He rolling into Tobias's club to jack them of the money, trying to pretend like he's still working for Tobias.
I'll give him credit though. I mean, in theory, it's a great plan.
No, it's not.
Not a great plan. I'm sorry. It's a plan.
It's a plan. It's definitely a plan.
I didn't mean to say great. I did say great. You're right.
No,
it's not a great plan. But it's a plan.
Yeah.
And
if the other Tobias men have a hit out on his head and he's running from them and hiding behind trash cans, why in the fuck do you think you go into another Tobias club with his other men and you don't think his other men are up on this hit that's on your head?
Right.
Doofus, what are you doing?
Yeah, you poor thing.
You should have just rolled up in there fighting. I would have respected if he just would have ran in there like, what's your...
I mean, he didn't even, you know what the sad part is this man killed somebody in front of you. Unintentionally, man.
Unintentional.
But, I mean, he accidentally killed the nigga in front of y'all. And he gets no respect whatsoever.
Because they saw it was accidental. Once everybody sees accidental, I could give you that credit.
But now he's going after you for real. I mean, is this still a smart idea?
Dude, no, this is what I'm saying, dog. I don't respect the plan. The plan was stupid.
Yeah.
But
his plan, yeah.
He had a plan. His plan to reason with these people and be lying and get them to think to give him just the money. I'm glad the niggas there was smart, nigga, come on, nigga.
But they were called you know what? It's for me though. Oh god.
No, say it. I want you to finish.
No, okay. The thing, how they said his name. Pain. Good daggone well. They ain't got no respect for you, dude. It's no. The minute he said your name, Pain, you should have zooked that mother right in the mouth.
You're right. They bitched him out. But I'm saying this. I'm not hating on you deciding to rob Tobias to get the money. I'm saying roll up in there, whoop them niggas' asses. Because that was a fire fight scene. That was a really good fight scene. For real.
Okay, dude. You should, once again, take a drink every time Marty talks about how Iron Fist gives him appreciation for action scenes. Because once again, I'm yeah, you know what? It's you don't have to do much now, but it's I don't know, man. Yeah, it still was a great action scene. I dug it. My meter is really, really off now. I need to kind of get it balanced back and stop just using Iron Fist as a reference. But once again, take that shot, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, no, it was a dope action scene, and then we got to see the evolution in these 2 episodes that we're gonna get. The evolution of Jin's power, and just because we've been told, she's more powerful than all of them, but now we sort of get to see a testament of it. You know what I mean?
And I'm glad she's using it. I'm glad she's actually using her power. She's been afraid of them for so long.
And, right. Yeah. Oh yeah. The embrace of it, and it's if we. The thing we missed, or at least the thing that I think Jefferson and Lynn missed, because man, is it next episode when Lynn wilds? Lynn is wilding.
Lynn wilding on both these episodes.
Both of them. I thought it was both of them.
Yeah, cool. She wilding on both these episodes. So she loses it in the next one, but she wilding in both.
Right.
And once again, I'm not hating on her as a mother for caring about the well-being of her daughter that's on the run.
Oh, of course. But the thing that I think that we all missed, or at least that Lynn and Jefferson missed, was that you had to give us some sort of normalcy in a life, and it's I don't know. This isn't normal, but but her just sort of getting her into the mind frame of embracing the powers just was sort of the first step, and it's look at her now, you know what I mean?
But it's one
She's
of those
flourishing.
But it's one of those situations where the parents couldn't control it. She had to have a reason. She had to have because that's the thing. She has a reason to embrace them now, and she needs them in the situation that she's in. So that makes it easier for her to use them and now even control them, because she's been thrown in that water. It's old school. You're gonna survive the swim, little nugget, and little nugget is getting it in.
And also little nugget is actively still on the run. What do you think she's thinking in terms of shit is going bad? Well, I don't. We don't have to go scene by scene, right? We're kind of talking about
So we're talking about we finishing off Black Lightning for the mid-season, so you can jump wherever you want, really.
So
the Superman.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he has powers.
But we talk about this one scene where this guy with just a cape and some drawers on getting arrested, but he had powers, and then we just laugh because it reminds us of one of Gumbo Monster movies called Captain Extra Extra. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out. So when they get into the fight with Lady Useful,
she's actually useful. We
Cutter.
talking about Cutter. That girl got a name. We gonna call her by her real name, Giselle Cutter.
Giselle Cutter.
I fucks with Cutter.
Better get it on, girl. So when they get into the fight there, and then Black Lightning and Thunder show up to kind of, give back up and save the day or whatever.
Okay, so I'm gonna give this to the audience listening. Okay. All right, so here go the quick beats of this episode. Not even the whole episode just yet, but just like we said, Jennifer and Khalil, they're on the run. They get the money about these gangsters, and they just on the run. And he decides, I can't go nowhere but my auntie house that's on like the outskirts because, I can't go by my mama, duh. So the auntie, begrudgingly, I liked her character because she seemed like somebody real auntie on some shit. Khalil auntie, it didn't even seem like that lady was acting. She felt like that's her. So, but like,
all the supporting characters too. Even his mom, she felt really real too.
I'm like Facebook friends with her. Funny enough, the actor that played his mom, like, because she popped up and I was like, this lady look familiar. I was like, wait, we're friends on Facebook. Pretty cool stuff. Okay. That's an interesting. I'm not gonna say nothing. But anyway, the mom. I'm gonna say that was J.Steel was here. Anyway, all right. But they went to Khalil's painkiller auntie house, and they hiding out there. Meanwhile, Tobias has sicked this damn assassin to find Khalil and bring Khalil to him alive.
Very competent assassin.
Yeah, and the competent assassin we talk about is Giselle Cutter, the sexy, fine, strong, powerful, fierce, smart-ass black lady that is we often call Cyanide, this other character that was like Tobias' bestie or whatever, or his favorite pet at the least. Call her Lady Useless because every time she had to do something where she had to take a shot, she either missed it or didn't. She missed it. She missed his shot.
She never succeeded at anything he sent her out to do, but yet she was his favorite.
Yeah.
What does that say about him?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just saying.
Real.
That's true.
So, but we're saying this woman, Cutter, is useful, you know, because even when like she found them on her own. She found them at Khalil's spot. So we just get into that when she busted.
Well, yes, he still has the tracker on her.
Oh yeah, cause like the thing, cause when Jen giving him that fire ass haircut, he got a lump, and I'm thinking, yo, if I'm Khalil, I've been around Tobias. I'm mad that he didn't figure out that could be something of that sort.
I thought it was like a wound or some shit for him getting his ass kicked and his back of his head slammed up against the fishbowl, and I'm thinking he's thinking like, don't worry about it.
Maybe he does.
Maybe he kind of just rubbed it off like, you know what, I got my ass kicked and my
head just coming out of a group fight.
Yeah.
And Tobias abused him regularly.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking.
I give him that. I'll give him that.
Well, you know, and also too, they had just showed that in the like reminder, the prologue or whatever. They were like, this is what happened last time on Black Lightning, and they had a clip of that, and I was just like, oh, well, that was in my head, and I was just like, maybe that's, maybe, but I don't know. I didn't even think about it because like when it came up, it was just like, oh yeah, that's right. I should have caught that was a tracker instead. But I would have been Anyway, but when she's running from Cutter and her and Khalil kind of break out the back like what do you think she's thinking? I mean, at that point.
I mean, I'm like. Jen,
okay, go ahead.
Jen being a stupid teenager right now. That's the main thing that's happening. She in love,
like she has no plans to go home.
I don't think she's thinking that deeply. I think she's just riding with this. I think she's trying to use the fact. It's almost like how women always trying to heal wounded men. Women always be trying to ride, like, you know what I mean. They always be trying to like fix niggas. Like, niggas become so many women's projects. And I think this is her first love, and this is her first pet project. And instead of worrying about her own problems and being stuck at home and being stuck in a box, she gets to give all this attention and give all her energy and power and care towards Khalil and in this situation.
Right.
Then you throw in the love aspect of it, the little teen love shit, because she been down with the niggas since they were little.
True. It's
just all this going into this. She's in a way, she thinks she's doing the right thing, even though she's being fucked up to her family. You know what I mean? But
then going back,
she's being his personal superhero right now.
True. And then, the alternative is going back to like that some quote
house arrest.
Prison life. Yeah.
House arrest.
House arrest. Yeah.
Like I think Anissa says this at some point. Like y'all didn't play it right. One of these episodes, she told
it back on. Well, yeah, it is. I believe it's this episode because it's when
they find out that she knew about the text.
Khalil. Yeah. She knew she was texting Khalil, and I don't know. It's like it was interesting because this is that happens in the next episode. Never mind. Okay, I don't want to keep jumping. I keep forgetting. Because I want to talk about that moment when Gamby...
we're not going to get to that. We're not going to get to the Gamby. Do you smell what the Gamby's cooking?
Yeah.
And it's just funny looking at these scenes as they're still on the run before they even get to the auntie's house. So she hot-wired the car with her powers. She had to get them away from that fight by shocking the power lines with her powers. Yeah. It's like she's getting her lightning training, like right now,
real life face.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In our face, dog. And she's handling it. She's handling it well. She's handling business, bro. It's almost like... I was watching this episode of Blackish, and it was an episode where what happened? I think the twins was beefing or some shit, and they came to the conclusion. I think the one that's on Grownish, the little pretty one that's on Grownish, the dad wasn't trusting her with his new car that he got for her. And they can, all this shit went down. But in the episode, they come to the conclusion of us as parents, we have to trust that what we put into our kids, that they're going to be good people, that they're going to make the right decisions. And I laugh at, even though Jen is not making the best decisions right now, she handling her business to say that she 16, 17, and,
very savvy, yeah.
Yeah, she's savvy and so, from this episode to the next, dog, Jen is like, nah, bro, I'm not no weak chick.
Well, you know what? The interesting thing though is he would literally be dead if it wasn't for her.
Dog, for real though.
It's like at this point, this would be game over for him had she not been around.
Even before he got the cut of poison stab later, because she saved his life in the next episode off that. Yeah. But I'm saying, dude, on this whole adventure, he would have been dead if he didn't ride with her, if he didn't have her as shotgun. Yeah. And she knows that. That's the thing now. It's like, I'm sort of putting it all together now, and it is making more and more sense. It's just like I wonder what we're gonna do to get from where we leave off to that photograph that you sent me. So man,
that's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a fun ride.
It's gonna be a fun ride to see lightning becoming lightning. It's just frustrating that and she does have a scene in this episode 8 where she calls her family to let them know at the very least that she's okay. But it just was so frustrating. Even in episode 9 when she sees her father and her sister looking for her at the spot, and she sees them and she turns the other way to stay on her freaking brigade. And I'm like, dude, even though we understand Khalil on the run and so much shit is dangerous, go out at your people. He right there, yeah, I feel like you can do it. You know that your dad's Black Lightning. See, Khalil don't know your family. Right, you got super spy, great uncle. You got freaking superhero sister, legendary's daddy. You got a smart ass mom. Y'all can figure out a way to help Khalil in a manner that probably be way more applicable than running until your money runs out or until this assassin murders you.
This isn't the best way of doing it, but like we said, youthful decisions.
Yeah, can't forget their ages.
Yeah, right. That's you got to keep that in the front of your mind. Also, too, so there was this false start because we know that Jen is okay.
Yeah,
there's not. I don't know if
and that might be some wild frustration.
Oh wait, no, my bad. You remember when your boy kind of went off in the car no, you can't call your parents because I said no.
Yeah, flipped out.
And then they had that call where it's like, we found a dead body. It fits the description. And it's like...
And Henderson finds the body and it's not Jen.
Yeah, but it's like...
And he didn't give no fuck about who it was.
Yeah! Is this going to go turn into something?
Motherfucker saw that dead body of that girl and said, not Jen. Okay. Moving on.
Whew.
I'm like, but this is still a dead girl.
This is still a
It's still a dead girl.
Not mine. You better go get her. You better get her out of here. You better clean this up. But nah, it's just it's hey, it's part of the job.
Right.
But yeah,
trippy.
But yeah, no, it's just like I'm like, we know she's okay. It's like this is all right, whatever. I guess we gotta.
But that's the youngest daughter. She not trained and shit, and you know what I mean. They're gonna flip out now.
It's a quick scene though.
On the other end, of course, Khalil's mom has been going through the business, and then when Tobias go to see her, he said, "Oh, you know, I don't kill mamas.
I got a strict code.
I got code. A man has to have some kind of code." Yeah. But for whatever reason, I still thought he gonna kill her. Like
I thought he was too. I thought he was bullshit.
Yeah, I'm glad he wasn't though. Like, that does give him a nice little wrinkle. But you out your mind. And I'm glad that you even knew that mom ain't gonna give up their baby, dog. Because even when she said no, he even said, "Yep, that's how mamas are." I'm like, yeah, be smart. Come on, son. Come on, son.
Yeah, well, you know what? Honestly, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, fair enough. He said he had a code, and he actually stuck to it, and he meant it. It was like, all right, cool. But and then the other thing too, what I was like, I can't quite argue with him here. He's like, I see you a strong woman. How'd you raise such a weak son? And I'm just like, yeah.
Dog.
Well,
we spoke about this when we watched the mid-season finale, where Tobias says so much anti-black stuff that even when he pays a compliment or when he says something real, like in the next episode, it's still with this backhanded spite that you be like, I respected that, but it's fucked up. Like you told that black lady, you gave a black woman a compliment. I wouldn't have thought you'd have done that. But then you said, but your son a bitch though. Like,
but he knows how to compliment you and then just sort of take it back with a stab right afterwards. Like, cause he does it with Cutter when he's like, I thought to leave it to the professionals. And then she's like, okay, well, something. And she's like, she liked the sound of, you can see she loved the sound of professional. Right? That was a compliment. And then in the next breath, he says something that pisses her off, and she's like, I can't remember what he tells her.
I'm glad. I was laughing when she said, "Ain't nobody scared of you, Tobias." I made me thinking, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. Ain't
like they grew up together. Like they on the playground.
Come on. Dog, Cutter had...
Nobody won't play no jump rope with you, Tobias.
Dog, Cutter had absolute zero fear of Tobias. And I love that about that lady. She like, look, you paying me, you know I'm the shit. Don't come to me with that bullshit. I'm not scared of you.
You may not be able to age, but I'm not going to kill you.
And that's something we got to remember about freaking Tobias, especially with his insults. He's an ornery old man at heart.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but he's really supposed to be like 80 or something at this point. He's in his younger body. So, you know what I mean? When you think about think about an ornery old man that's seen a bunch of life and he see these little youngins not respecting him as they should. And he know he can snap your neck and shit. Of course he gonna say some fucked up shit to people and not have much respect because he just on one. You hear me? Yeah. But this funny ass scene when Black Lightning and Thunder go to the club that Khalil robbed, and one nigga was like, "I ain't snitching," and Thunder whoop his ass, and then
he just kind of throws him across the bar, and
then
like, "Yep, that's it."
And then the man leader nigga started snitching with a smile. Son. He said all the information. I was like,
boy started speaking clear, real good English. I want to make sure you understand. They're on 5th Street, up the street, down the hall.
Son, I love Black Lightning. Look at the smile. Black Lightning always has these moments, and they're Black Lightning moments because as the show is progressing and giving itself identity, it's like with 2 Bits. It's like they always have these moments of brevity and with these thug cats and such. And I love it. I love that aspect of this show where they know how to do the humor, and it's some inherently black shit every time. It's one of those things that's like, man, like mommy, my cousin, mommy, my uncle, remind me my titty, what have you. You feel what I'm saying? And
right. In comparison to the other shows too, man, I think they have a really dope balance. I like even in those quote unquote sadder episodes, you know what I mean, or more serious episodes, man. I still think they have a great balance between like the humor and stuff. Like I find myself now, because it's hard to get really excited about the episodes, but at least I do find myself chuckling from time to time. Like in that next episode,
we gonna get into the next episode.
We'll talk about it. How I had to pause it. I was on the floor rolling. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but still, you know what I'm saying. That there's
I feel like they
moments
laugh.
to enjoy.
I feel like they laugh. They had this moment with Thunder having it out with Gamby for hiding. And this is that moment I told you about. I was like, oh, Gamby has a super Gamby moment. This is that super Gamby moment I was telling you about the last episode before you saw this, an episode before you saw this one. Because he just really went, I'm always going to love you. Anissa. What do you mean? I was trying to protect the family.
And then I thought she was going to hit them with the same line. I'm like, well, Gamby,
You are the family. Oh, Anissa.
I'm glad
me who was helping you with the drones.
I'm just glad she got it off her chest.
Yeah.
And she dropped that shit. 'Cause, you know, some shows that make her drone on with that for too long to the point where you get annoyed. I'm glad that she said what she had to say, like, nigga, I was da-da-da-da-da. And Gabby said what you had to say. And
she's logical. I think for the most part she understands, and also too they give them all something a greater stake to focus on, which is finding Jennifer.
So it's like we might be out here fighting, Gabby.
Yeah, and it's like, and then at the end of the day, she knows that he had their back the whole time too. So
she saw the drone. She said that.
Right.
She said, I knew that drone was you or whatever.
And I think at heart there, everybody understands his decision to want to protect the family. They just don't agree with it. You know what I mean?
And at heart, she's more happy than her uncle living.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That was traumatic for all of them.
Right.
You know,
we really thought you were dead.
Yeah.
Now here's one of Lynn's scene when she getting drunk as fuck, and then she go in Jennifer's room and destroys everything. She start wigging out, and once again, like Lynn in these past 2 episodes has not been her best self. And
I mean, also too,
I just feel like she must just always be drunk in her future scenes too when I see her. Even though that show the Bible.
I think there's residual effects from that carry over into the next episode. But this almost and I don't know, man. You may disagree with me. This feels like the writers struggling to find something to do with Lynn. Like, unless this is because this didn't really build to a great thing. It just sort of kind of capped off to something we'll talk about in the next episode.
It gave her and Jefferson a moment, and again, like the thing is, I'm not saying I see you, but I can't fully agree with it being that, even though I think it does have elements of it. Yeah. But the only reason I can't fully agree with the fact of the show has always been more about family than even superheroics. And that is how a mother will react. Because at the end of the day, my daughter got powers or not, my husband, ex-husband is a superhero or not, that's a baby girl, and she's out on the run with assassins on her ass. So it's like,
I hear you,
it's rough scenes to watch and not in the understandably rough. Something about it feels weird, jarring even.
It's like, it's just, I feel like this so... I don't feel like her. I just feel like when she was when there was no Jennifer and you were just sort of concerned about Jefferson and stuff. I don't feel like your answer to it was alcohol.
But Jennifer ain't a superhero. She just out here with powers, and the mama don't even know she know how to control them.
True.
She think the girl can't control them. And the thing is, the mama probably also think we know Painkiller ain't Painkiller. They thinking she out here with this killer ass boy that killed Black Lightning.
True.
And I understand her pain, I understand her grief, dog. It's just
I understand the pain, I understand the grief.
I think the way that they're showing it kind of just I feel like it's another way.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. I just feel like her response, and maybe this is just maybe now I feel like you're right. This is sort of getting into a taste thing. Like I would have preferred. If I were writing this, I would have done it this way, but sort of thing.
Maybe
and
it's like,
and I think I think that's what I'm starting to see it as.
Because when I saw that scene, the liquor gave me more merit for that one. But the next episode, when she just being irrational and she ain't even with the liquor, and I can't even say irrational because once again it's her daughter missing. It's just I'm looking at it, and maybe once again it's most likely because I have all information. I have all information as the audience. Yeah. And maybe if I didn't have all information, it'd be even easier to. Or
sympathize with that.
Yeah. Or if they were in actual peril, then I could be like, yeah, girl, you need to find your daughter because damn. But since I know that she good and this is her choice, she ain't got kidnapped. She decided this. You know what I'm saying? She's actively
leaving. Like what you don't understand is she could have tapped all of you on the shoulder without you knowing. Yes. And she did not. She chose to be as far away from you all as possible. So it's like this. Yeah, I do understand.
At every turn,
I get that.
At every turn, she decided not to come home. So while you're flipping out, going crazy, we as the audience knows that girl, Jen, all right, girl.
Yeah. And
she gets the address of the auntie and that's what gets Black Lightning and Thunder over there because she gets the address from Khalil's mom. Because it's funny how the mom was like, girl, let's just be miserable together. And
So I'm so glad they did something with this crazy something about Mary hairstyle that they first show cut her in. I wasn't quite a fan of it. It was weird. It didn't move.
Marty's on hair now. Okay.
I guess I am, man. I wish J.Steel was here to just confirm or deny. Am I crazy?
That style versus what's in episode 9 with the more braided back and such.
That.
Yeah, that was hot.
That fucking rocked. Now this, hot. I think they realized it was a mistake because they didn't keep it.
There's always one scene when her and Tobias talking shit. And Tobias like go to the AT spot and get this boy, etc., etc.
It doesn't move. She's like an anime character. It's like,
but maybe that's what they
maybe
wanted.
they're going for comic book.
Maybe that's what they wanted. Because she does look like you look right out of a comic book. Comic strip.
Right, maybe.
And
see, they get rid of it really quickly.
In the very next scene when she attacks the house and Khalil saved his auntie, which was good. And like I said,
that was dope. Yeah.
Even the fight scenes with Khalil, like the actor is like because I can see from an editing standpoint when the stunt man comes in, but you have a very capable actor to do most of the other things that make this look realistic. He's selling it. He's throwing it. It's like it's just really a really good scene. Like, and it once again melds the comic book with the family.
It's also shot competently. Like clearly, whoever's shooting this knows what they're doing in terms of they know the camera tricks and stuff about the knives and all like.
And I like how she busts in there. She already hit him with the poison slash. She throwing knives that freaking cartoon style. Put freaking Jennifer against the door. She got this man on the table. Like she establishes that she is a threat from the onset.
But this is sort of like this is the kind of I don't know. This is kind of where I got excited, man. This is where like it revved up for me. I'm like, boom, all right, cool.
The superheroes versus
Wait a minute, where are you going?
They left. Khalil and Jennifer got the fuck out, and it was like, damn, that had to be frustrating for Black Lightning and all of them. Because they're like, bro, we just kicked this ass, we just saved your ass, and you still running from us, man. This whole scene right here where he's in the woods and she's hiding under the bushes to specifically get away from him.
Yeah, I know.
I think that's the most frustrating thing for me in this whole ordeal. Is like, dog, Jennifer, you're tormenting your family right now.
Yeah, you're not being a good kid.
So we can get into the mid-season finale where they're still on the run, and Khalil's he ain't doing too good.
There is a killer on my daughter's tail. The only thing I care about is finding Jennifer.
There's something humming out there in the dark.
A black lightning, and I can't find it. You've lost perspective.
This is going too far.
Don't lose your life.
Is Jennifer dead? Did they kill her?
Black Lightning, mid-season finale.
So so the trailer for this had me more excited than the actual episode.
Really?
Yeah, because the trailer had me super hyped up about so there's that moment in this episode where Black Lightning screams like, "Argh!"
Oh yeah.
And when they cut together old. You saw did you see the promo for it?
Yeah, so
where they cut the old school. Well, the I don't know what do we call it when she's in the salon? The other Jen, the fear Jen.
Yeah. Because then they had her talking to because that's something that have her talking to herself in her head, and I don't know if I like that or not.
She's like, wait, and then Lynn is on the phone like, did they kill her? Is she dead?
And then jumps at him
and
going,
then he's like, run, yeah,
lightning in the air.
And then in the whatchamacallit, they cut to that scene where the other Jen is like, run! Yeah. And I'm just like, all right, man. So
they hyped this.
Somebody's gonna die, or is something tragic gonna happen?
I wasn't buying it. I'm seeing they got you. I wasn't buying it.
Well, they fucking got me, dog. I was hyped for it.
See, now I thought something was gonna happen that. I didn't necessarily think that Jen was going to die, but I thought something more was going to happen because the way they did, like you said, they cut it. They had, oh girl, is Jen dead? I'm crying, I'm flipping out. And then they had Jefferson screaming in the air, shooting lightning bolts. I'm like, well, I don't believe Jen's going to die. She's going to be lightning, but something going to happen. And I still dug the episode, but nothing major happened because it ended with them exactly where they were in the first place. Yeah. They went through some shit together, her and Khalil, but at the end of the day, they still on a run and the family still ain't got him. Right. So. But yeah. Hey. So Khalil, he's like poisoned. They don't realize, what's wrong with him just yet. And he's losing. And once again, he would be dead if Jen was not there.
Right. Did you realize that he was poisoned from when he got cut in that last episode?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you knew for sure that that's what it was.
Because she said it. Remember?
Did she say it?
Yeah. Remember Tobias was like, "Man, did you got him?" She was like, "Yeah, but it won't be long, man. He has a cut." So I was like, "Oh, poison."
Oh yeah, that's right. She did. She did
said
say
that. So I already know poison.
You know why? Because like I remember watching it like the second time, thinking, "Oh yeah, that she said cut." And like I thought she said he had something with him when she said cut. I thought she meant like she was like making some sort of reference to like a meta. He had like help with him or whatever like that. No. But then when I went back and heard it the second time, yeah, you're right. Okay, fair enough.
She has a cut, so I already knew because she got some tracking shit going on with that. So I already and then in the trailer you can see he all fucked up or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And and we have this scene with the family, Black Lightning and Thunder. It's just, and one thing I will say about them elongating this search for Jennifer, even though it's kind of like stalling because we're not really. Well, you know what? In a weird way, the way they're writing it is still part of the greater storyline because Tobias is trying to get Khalil while they're trying to get Jennifer. So the way they married that does make it still work as for the overarching story that they're telling.
Another thing, so I watched the last episode and this one back to back, right? So going into this episode, you get the idea that Tobias is starting to put together
that Black Lightning is Jefferson.
It's Jefferson Pierce.
I forgot about that.
That little piece at the very end, right?
Yeah, one little piece.
And then they don't follow up on it the whole episode. I'm sitting there waiting for it.
I forgot about that. That happened in the last episode. He was like, he's with that Pierce girl, and.
It's the second time
with Black Lightning and that Pierce.
No, he's like the third time. He's at the club, at the school, and now it's like
what's going on? He just hit that and we never even got even a hint of it in this mid-season. And I'm like, even at least in the mid-season finale, they could have gave us a hint of Tobias at least looking at a picture of Jefferson Pierce or looking at even a picture of Black Lightning and trying to squint like You know what I mean? Something.
Yeah, like pick it up or something.
They will. They just.
I feel like it. Yeah, but it was. Yeah.
I know it's coming. It's coming. It's just weird that you left it hanging by itself like that in that one episode and didn't do anything. At least in the mid-season finale.
I mean, it's probably cool if you like week to week, but like putting those back to back like that, it just became a little bit more apparent, and it propelled me into the next episode because I'm like also on top of him going maybe it's like. He realized who he is or something. It built up a whole bunch of suspense that once you really got down to the episode was like, it was dope. Yeah, I enjoyed myself. But y'all got me really hyped and just kind of gave me a very good episode. Yeah. But you had me expecting that the stakes were going to be so high, we may have a loss, or there may be something really, really big that's going to happen. And then, when we get down to it, it's just kind of like, nah, it's just the mid-season finale.
Because I will say this about the other shows like Flash and Arrow, they have revelations in their mid-season finales. That's why I was trying to get you to watch that Flash episode, that 100 episode, because something happens in the end that make you go, oh, okay. Same with Arrow's mid-season finale. We find out who the other Green Arrow is. You know what I mean? They made that reveal. Okay. So it's like, so when I come into this mid-season finale, I'm like, okay, Black Lightning, what you got? And it got, like you said, a really good episode, but not the same kind of cliff that I was like expecting.
Not at all. But shout out to marketing.
And it still was a good show. Now, if it was a good show. It would have been a trash episode, I'd be even more mad. Like, damn, nigga, you set all that up, and the episode was trash. It was not trash at all.
But you did set. There was just, I mean, just being perfectly honest, there was, I guess, some level of disappointment just because. They built it up so well. I mean, no, they literally left all the pieces in place. They gave me everything. I put everything together that I needed to put together on my own. Watching that previous episode, it just didn't work out how I thought it would. Still happy with it, but so back to the episode.
Yeah, so we move into Lynn after spazzing out on Jefferson because they can't find in one of those scenes that we do talking about that because they can't find Jennifer and she thinks Jennifer's dead.
Yeah, I just feel like Lynn's drinking every time we don't see her.
That's what I feel like. She goes visit Khalil's mom again and finds a picture of Khalil and his dad. And, basically stalks down the dad to be like, let me get some information. A very odd scene that comes later.
And, we're going to wait for that one?
Yeah, right now we're in the hospital with Jennifer. And is when she gets this, she realizes she can sense electricity. She can she can manipulate electricity like she do.
Right.
And I wasn't sure if this was a reach or not, but I just rolled with it like that.
Yeah, I kind of went with it.
Like
too.
you rode this thing with your powers and you got the drugs for your man. You heard me? But it just was troubling seeing her, like I said earlier, seeing her pa, seeing her daddy right there looking for her, and then she ran away. That blew me. But
yeah, that was a little disappointing.
But I like seeing her in our face learn her powers the right way.
Yeah, sort of getting understanding, a feel for her powers, and sort of using them in a real way that's beneficial to her. But the only part about this scene is that we know that he's poisoned, and it's kind of like antibiotics aren't going to fix this. And then it becomes painfully obvious later on. But, you know, now it's just sort of like this is a huge risk for something that's just not even going to solve your problem.
But the point for the storyline is, you know, for her to get on Gambi's, on the camera.
Right.
So Gambi can help track it. Now, it just seemed very convenient when they started putting it together, though. Like, Dad, she's talking about some computer having an electric problem. You think it's Jen? I'm like, and you just happened, like, that was very...
Yeah, you happened to walk past it at the time, yeah.
And you just jump into that conclusion that it's Jen.
Right.
You reaching a little bit there, but all right, comic book show.
Yeah, I'll go with it.
And I like that cutter. That was a nice little cliffhanger. Not cliffhanger. What's the wrong looking for?
Reveal?
Not reveal. I can't think of the word right now. We're very high, but it's a nice hook. There we go. That's the word. It's a nice little hook right before the commercial showing Cutter is in the hospital, still tracking down Jen. Right. Also showing us Cutter's damn good at her job.
Yeah.
You hear me? Black Lightning thinking to do this, and that. Guess what? Cutter thinking to do this, and that too.
Yeah,
and I'm on top of it.
Ahead. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so we were talking about this with Black Lightning and Thunder finding their way. So she coming back, and I love these little moments with her and Khalil, dog. Like the two actors have great chemistry, and like I said, Khalil just works. He just works better as a good guy. All that bad guy posturing. I'm sorry, all that bad guy posturing don't work for me with him.
He works best with Jen, for me.
Okay.
Now maybe that still translates to him working better as a good guy.
That's what I say.
In terms of like, I don't think he shares the screen well with Tobias. I don't really see him sharing the screen with a lot of other people, but it always works when he's with her, and that's my thing.
So you say you don't believe him, or what it is? You don't like what's the issue with him? Because I think that he serves his purpose well in all his scenes. And once again, when he was with Tobias, he was the begrudging bad guy, and that's what they started showing at least this season. That's like at the top, because in season 1 he was kind of begrudging, and then it seemed like he was all in. He's smiling with evil smiles, and all that, twirling the mustache hard.
Actually, you know what? Okay, well, fair enough. Now that you mentioned that, I prefer him more as the bad guy.
As the bad guy.
I still think his chemistry, though, the heart of it lies with Jennifer.
I give you that too.
But yeah, I do. I prefer him as a bad guy, actually. Yeah. I do like evil, smiling shit. No, I do prefer that version of him. I do. The only time
I dug bad Khalil.
I'm picturing him going through the school and shit, and it's just like that was like a dramatic scene, but yeah, I don't know. I like that whole build up. Yeah,
only time I dug Khalil bad is when he talked that shit and swagged on Jefferson that first time that Jefferson saw him walking, and he was like, "You didn't care about me, nigga." I dug that scene with him being like, "Fuck you, Jefferson," basically. Yeah, but like. I like him fighting bad guys. But as we move on into the story, we got to your favorite scene of this whole situation.
Oh yeah, loves me some Gambi.
Is when Gambi, Gambi seems to have tracked at least a general area of where, Jennifer could be based on the hospital camera seeing her jack and shit. And she needs to get better at covering herself more so than just a goddamn hoodie. So
nice try though.
So Jefferson spazzes out like, I'm about to go fly in this air right here. No costume, no mask. They about to see Jefferson Pierce with electricity coming from his hands, flying through the skies of Freeland.
Look, it's a bird. It's a plane. Nah, that's
Jefferson.
Black Jesus. Flying through the sky. I
knew it.
God gave him the power.
He was training for them Olympics hard.
Mr. Pierce, where's your future?
He's like, that boy looking for his super suit.
Yeah, where's my super suit?
And it's such a Gambi unintentional comedy.
Right, but so Gambi comes out, at least attempts to stop.
No, he don't
active.
He
does stop. He does stop and active.
Jefferson tried to jump in the air.
Like, he's literally Iron Manning right in front of him,
Yeah.
and he just pulls him back to the ground with no extra help or power or super strength that we are aware of.
No.
Just pulls him right back down to the ground. And then on top of that, gives him the most textbook hip toss you've ever seen in your life. Now, he's done it 1,000,000 times.
Now, before we even get to the hip toss, dog, he's trying to talk sense into Jefferson, and Jefferson really ain't hearing him.
And then Anissa comes out too to try to talk some sense.
Yeah, and Jefferson ain't hearing him. Before Gabby gave Jefferson that mighty hip toss that made and threw Jefferson on his ass. And Jefferson looked up and was like, bro, I would fuck your old ass up right now.
He did. He looked like a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
Pick up the JR, baby. But what really make the scene build up to being hilarious by the time that Jefferson get thrown on his ass is Jefferson tried to fly like a good 2 times after the first time he got stopped. And Gabby just keep grabbing hold to him hard as he can. Like, no!
Pulling him down, man.
You will not. You can't leave me now. I raised you.
World War II weight on him, man.
I raised you. I showed you everything you know.
I raised you. What are you doing?
Jefferson,
this is just reckless.
But he was absolutely right.
No, he really was. Like, no, like we're all thinking the same thing, and it's just like, man, he's just like, the only thing I care about is finding Jennifer.
Like, yeah, okay.
I'm like, oh, okay, man. All right, Popeye, you always get your man. All right, it's cool.
It did.
But no, I get it. Everybody's on 10, man. It's not a good week for anyone.
It's not a good week for anyone.
So
and I like Khalil is selling his sickness though. I feel so bad. Good job on makeup. Good job on acting. Like, you know.
Oh hell yeah, no, he sells the
I feel like he lying.
Oh yeah, I was like, damn man, this was nice working with you, Khalil.
Yeah, man.
We had to get her home somehow.
Yeah.
It's too bad it had to be you. No, I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. I was like, I'm thinking somebody gonna bite the bullet here, and I'm like, well, we do got to get her home somehow. This is the mid-season finale. It's been fun, Khalil.
And they have all of these nice little moments with these two, and Cutter's out there watching them, and she thinking, am I going to just let him die, or, you know, am I going to listen to Tobias and bring him in alive? Because she on the kick of like...
So, she calls Tobias, as a see what she calls Tobias and tell him, look, he's almost dead. He'd be dead already if it wasn't for his accelerated regenerative, skills or whatever.
The superpowers you gave him.
Right. And so, and Tobias is like, I don't know if you understood the terms of the agreement, but it was to bring him back alive.
I want to fuck him up. I don't want no random death. That's too easy for that little bitch.
Yeah, and I don't know why I don't know what her plan is from that point on, but it's I guess, you know.
I think it's kill Jen and bring him in.
Yeah, because
she does have the antidote.
She does have that. Yeah,
I think it's kill Jen and bring him in.
Right.
Now,
meanwhile, do you still believe that's the plan? Leading into when we get to the end of this.
She tells Jen, "I'm going to kill you."
She does say that,
and she does have antidote.
But she does give her the antidote.
I mean, Jen gives her the antidote at the end of the whole situation. But what I'm saying, you mean like after they're done?
Yeah.
I don't know what her deal is because technically she lost, and we don't know if she's still on their hunt or not because we don't know how far they got and when did she get out. So I don't know where they're gonna go with her. But we've been completely forgetting the Blue Ranger story.
Yeah.
So
good old Blue Ranger shows
at the top of this episode, the actor that played the Blue Ranger in the last Power Rangers movie, I don't know his name in real life, and he also was in he was in White Mike as a back. He's pretty good in White Mike. He was one of the shining.
He's White Mike, okay.
He's one of the shining parts of that whole movie, honestly.
He was.
And he wasn't in it the whole movie, but like that movie was like had his ups and downs definitely. But he was a shining. He was a shining part in it. But he's a cat. He got screwed out of some grant he was supposed to get. He's like this genius cat, and they gave the grant to this white boy whose dad donated money, and he felt it was racist. And he flipped out on the white people for not giving him that grant.
Yeah, it wasn't a ceremonious like goodbye. It was a very fuck you.
Yeah, he did not care about. He seemed like, look, I've been trying to impress you white folk too long. Fuck all of you. I know what this is. And he go back to his car and Tobias leaves him a note saying, meet me at Club 100. And they take this scene straight from Luke Cage. I don't give a damn. It's red like Luke Cage. We got Tobias overseeing the club, watching a performer perform like Luke Cage. I'm like, damn, man. Luke Cage got canceled, and y'all just say, we don't give a damn.
I'm like, this shit ain't like he gonna miss it. He ain't gonna use it. Shit.
Oh man,
that thing ain't gonna show up for 2 years. Fuck it, he fine.
And one of Blue Ranger's quirks is he don't like to be touched, and that bothered me because Tobias threw him 2 women, and he just like, don't touch me. I'm like, so you're never gonna have sex.
But he said, don't touch him. He didn't say make a move. He didn't say bitches be gone.
Man.
He said, I just don't want him to touch me.
Tobias, well,
That's
you
all.
give me some two fine things. I'm gonna oblige you, even if I do plan on telling you no. And we're not too sure what Tobias wants from the kid, but you know it's something nefarious because you trying to get this genius level. I feel like you're setting up a squad. We even see a little bit more of that towards the end of the episode.
Yeah, I wish we would have got a little bit more of an idea of what it is he's working on. Yeah, to maybe get an idea of what Tobias may ask him to do. But
which would have still been an interesting hook too.
Yeah, but I like this actor though, so I'm happy to see him show up out to to whatever degree and that lovely catch that we caught. Yeah, where initially when Tobias gets the phone call and Cutter tells him that, hey, is this
in episode 8. I mean,
it's in the
whole other
previous
episode.
Okay, yeah. So the previous episode, when we first get when Tobias first gets a phone call from Cutter, it displays on his phone only as Cutter. Right? Yep. And then we get into the mid-season finale here, and he gets a phone call from Cutter, telling him about the poison and everything that we mentioned earlier. And it says Giselle
Cutter. Like some points Tobias got very particular, and we just don't know when.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like, when did she get a first name? Ooh, okay.
Tobias said, "Oh yeah, I need to put her name as Giselle."
You know what? I think I better update my contacts.
I think this darky in particular deserves it.
Just out of respect.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, so and that's what we talking about the scene. We specifically tell us, hey, you need to get him in alive. And Gambi catches wind of her and gives a whole backdrop of her to Anissa. And it's gonna be interesting seeing where this goes. Meanwhile, Lynn,
they drop a lot of breadcrumbs of some shit that we don't
see
ever come to light. Yeah.
What is Lynn up to? She's in the computer room learning things to replace Gambi someday. Oh, she's going to visit Khalil's dad, and she decides, and that's how she tracks him down using Gambi. And she gets a big ass shotty, or not big ass shotty, but she gets herself a little shotty to have with her because she don't know, man, she fresh out of jail.
Really desperate. Yeah, my girl is real desperate. She goes to Khalil's mom. Searches Khalil's room, sees this old picture of him and his dad, then decides, now I'm gonna go find the dad.
Gonna find a nigga.
And I'm gonna bring a shotty just in case this nigga is what are we bringing the shotty for again?
Man, look.
Why are we bringing the shotty?
I am ready for whatever. Somebody better tell him.
And I granted, he's an ex-con. Is that why we don't know if he got violent tendencies?
Don't be
coming and ask me about my son.
Generally speaking, I'm not hating on any woman that's going to see some nigga that she don't know
with a big ass shotgun. Fair enough.
I ain't even saying she got to have a shotgun, but if she want to arm herself because she going to talk to some nigga that she don't know, hey, do your thing, boo-boo.
Fair enough. Okay, I'll give you that. But the thing is, so it plays out how I would imagine, at least for the most part, in the best case scenario.
Yeah.
And it sort of turns into a misdirect, know, because it's like, damn, I'm nervous the whole time. There's still tension for me because I'm thinking that Lynn's on the edge, and like I said, Lynn's drinking every time we don't see her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So I'm like, I don't know if she's gonna
slip up and shoot this nigga.
Yeah, is she gonna believe him? Is that enough for you, Lynn?
Yeah.
And then the scene sort of plays out and it's like, oh, okay, no, you heard what he said. You believed him just like the rest of us.
And shouts out to Respect the Sacrifices playing the dad.
Yeah.
The actor from Tales from the Hood too, man. We watching that first episode. We like, man, this guy looks so familiar. And then we get to the scene again, Marty, man, she dude from the fourth story in Tales from the Hood too, man. Respect the Sacrifices, nigga, man. I was like, oh shit, that is him. I think his first name is Kedrick, I think. I forgot his last name. But yeah, man. Is it Kedrick? I could be wrong. Either way it go. Yeah, you getting that work. Get that work, boy. Right. And, man, sir, I'm sorry you're older than me. Get that work, sir. And he plays the dad's cool.
He plays it real straight, man. It's like,
he tell all this information. He's like, you ever got to pull that piece out of me that I most likely see hanging so loosely from you.
It's like, you know what? I actually was very upset until I saw that piece, but you didn't know I saw that piece. I kept my cool, real cool.
I kept it cool.
I didn't want it to come out.
Because he telling her his life story at a point. And she had to cut him off. Like, look, nigga, I don't care about your prison stories.
I got 5 kids. I got a dog. I got a wife on the side.
I knew he was going to get into that life I got into. Shoot. The other son, he died just following in my footsteps. I was such a bad man.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Gotcha. I just wanted to tell you about it. Okay, fine.
I only care about my daughter.
Boom. And so he pointed her in her own direction to find some more information.
Right.
And I don't remember what we even ended off with Lynn after that.
Isn't Lynn like crying in Jen's room? Like, is she dead?
I thought that was before this.
Oh, is that before?
It might be after. I don't know.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
I wasn't feeling Lynn this time. I really dig again.
I don't like Lynn in this one.
Like I say often, dog. Like I really dig China in this show. Not on no like crush shit. I mean on some you be killing it on the actor tip shit. Right. And I like this little scene they had her written for like when Khalil he's out of it. He looked like he about to die, and she wants to look so strong for him, but she has to take a moment to step outside for herself to like cry a little bit to take in this because it's a lot, man. This is a lot. You feel me? So like I really dug like that subtlety that nuance that they added to it. But then she starts sensing something out in the distance because once again she can sense electricity, and we come to this really weird head trip, literally, where she's in her head. And she has her Maxine Shaw, attorney at law, like kind of programmed in her brain as much as she can guide her in this weird golden version of the room they created. And the other half of her is there too, dressed swaggy in a dress for some reason.
It was supposed to represent fear, I believe.
I mean, she said it's half of me, like the other half of me, whatever that means. Okay. So she has a whole moment in her head. I don't know what's going on with her real body. Like, I guess she could be shot right now because she just...
Yeah, she's just sort of standing there idle,
talking to herself in her head. And she's strung together 3 kills on Call of Duty, and now she's calling in an airstrike. Yeah, but I dig that she can sense... And I'm imagining that we're supposed to go where all this happens in the blink of an eye, actually. But in her head, that's what I'm trying to give them, because why else would you just be standing out there looking in the distance? Like the whole time that she's realizing that I can see electricity, which means I can make out her body, which means I can make out that someone's after us, you know what I mean, on our tail. You know what I mean? I like that breakdown and showing us more of her powers. But and I'm not the biggest fan of this, so I'm talking to myself in my head shit.
Me either. I do like the discovery of the power and how it works. I like the new, you know, just sort of getting new layers to how everything works for her, and just really realizing how powerful she really is. I think it is a hokey way. Yeah. But you know,
and then even the run afterwards, she left that nigga.
Yeah, just like fuck Khalil. Right. Got to go.
Fuck everything. All my fears just kicked in.
I'll be back. I will be back for you.
Yeah, dog. He even tell her when she come back to rescue him, I thought you left. I'm as an audience, I thought she left too.
I thought that was a smart move.
Her inner self said to run, and she just ran.
She sure the hell did.
It didn't even look like she ran with purpose or with a plan.
Right.
Looked like she just got the fuck.
But positive note, going back into the hair salon world or inner mind realm, whatever. Happy to see Maxine Shaw, attorney at law. Always happy to see her. I thought she, I always think it's interesting because, when there is only one actor and they have to play opposite themselves. I always think that's an interesting exercise for an actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I thought she handled it well, and positives of that. I thought that worked out. Besides,
like I said, China be acting, dog. I dig her. I dig her whole steez, dog. And you know what I mean? When Cutter comes and she about to take it to Khalil, Jennifer comes back, saves the day, shocks the piss out that ass. Yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, nigga, you took down your first villain, Little Lightning.
Yeah. And it's like that was a dope moment. And it's like she genuinely took control of that scene.
Yeah.
Used her cunning, also her powers.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it all happened in an organic way. You know what I'm saying? Nothing felt rushed. It's like now when we move on or when we jump however far ahead maybe or whatever is gonna happen, I feel like she's gonna come into this next phase just more in control of her powers and just a more formidable opponent, a better ally, if you will, to the family trade.
Even the interrogation, quote unquote, of her trying to figure out how to get the antidote before she figured out about an antidote. She wasn't afraid of this chick. She coming at her straight up.
Yeah, she didn't flinch at all.
She didn't flinch. And then when Cutter was like, I'm a real nigga, nothing you doing, you can shock me as much as you want. She's like, well, I know you smart, so of course you can antidote on you just in case you cut yourself. So she cut that hoe. It was like, so if you want me to give it to you, you better tell me where it's at. And I liked how she played that whole game.
That's what like when, and especially in that moment, like when I say she didn't flinch, man, I mean, like Khalil is
done
about 2 seconds away from dead. And he's just dying in the background, and they just they're having a stare down, just like, well, we're gonna see what you're gonna do,
Right.
Well, we can let him die, but guess what? You definitely gonna die.
Right.
So what we gonna do?
How you won't
and
play
she just
mine.
yep. And she
And you
gives
know,
that shit up.
if you let my man die, I am not
You know
going to
that,
help
right?
you. You're done.
Yeah, you did.
I'm going to watch you die.
Right. Why don't I give you another cut while we have it?
Yeah, I give you a few more. You just
You know
tied
what
me
I'm saying?
fuck up. So yeah, I like that you played that. And so we have the scene with Jefferson flipping out, and that's why we saw that part. This is where we see that part from the trailer where, you know, he's so frustrated. Like, him and Lynn, boy, they are going crazy, dude. He's so frustrated. He's shooting lightning in the sky. I laughed because he was like, he made himself this weird little spaceship crap, this spaceship thing of electricity. He's just in the sky trying to look at
dope.
It looked tight, but like, I made the joke that, dog, somebody was just driving by, saw black lightning just up in the air with this freaking spaceship of electricity. They'd be like, look, y'all, black lightning high. He high, y'all. Because I'm like, that's the most random thing to see, but it looked cool, especially effects-wise. Big ups to the effects department on that one.
It did. And then they basically used that moment to find Jen
from her electricity.
From electricity, yeah. But at that point, she has saved the day.
Yeah.
And got the fuck on.
But once again, big ups. We said this, I think, before, but I want to say this. Big ups to Anissa for being the voice of reason in both of these episodes. While her parents have been going off the handle, she's kept herself grounded. She's kept her cool.
Yeah,
I dig watching Thunder become her own superhero. Like, you know what I mean?
Well.
They could have made her, since that's the daughter of Black Lightning, very dependent. And she has been very the opposite. And even in this point of crisis, she cares, but she keeps her head on, and she's like making sure everybody's together. Like, I really dig that that's the angle that they're going with Thunder and in these two back-to-back joints.
No, I agree, definitely. I don't know, you know, I think she had to sort of, you had to put some sort of balance there because
both parents going crazy.
Yeah, Jefferson's kind of losing his shit, understandably, and Lynn's losing his shit, understandably.
Right.
So it's like, so there had to be some sort of balance there, which, you know, could have fell upon Gamby, but, you know, thank goodness it's
Gamby serves the purpose he needs to serve. Plus, he hit the hip toss, so you know that was.
He does the hip toss. Oh my god,
I ain't never thought I was gonna see Gamby put Jeff on his ass.
That's my moment of the season so far.
That's
my.
And he told him like a black mama.
He did.
Yeah, man,
I raised you, bro. Gamby is a black mama at heart. That's what we learned. That's what I learned. Gamby a black mama.
Go outside and get a switch.
And they find
don't get a small one neither.
Exactly.
Better get a big bread.
Joe Gamby. But they find where Jennifer and Khalil and Cutter were, and everybody's gone. And I was happy that Cutter escaped too. That she's, you know, once again, you ain't gonna just find me like that. You ain't gonna just defeat me.
Oh man, yeah. I hope she's not tied up because I really hope she doesn't get turned into the
she's
whatever.
She's to be on the run still. I dig that she's presumably after them. And before here go the scene. But it's funny that Jefferson and Anissa and Gamby all think the worst, that Jennifer's hurt, that Jennifer wasn't adept, that Jennifer got her ass kicked or something. Right. It was really, man, your daughter handled business.
Yeah, actually took control of the situation.
Business. And this is when we have the Lynn scene you spoke on where she like is crying thinking Jennifer dead because Jeff ain't got no answers.
Yeah, and it's just, you know.
I could have done without it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. I get it, though.
I mean, get it.
Like I said, dude, she's got to be represented. She's got to do something.
Yep, that's the mama.
You know? So,
it's just,
like I said. It is.
And we get back to this, you know, genius boy, Blue Ranger, catching on that Tobias got to want something that he don't want to be about. So he turns him down.
Yeah.
And then Tobias give him 100 stacks. And just like
that's all it took.
That's all it took.
Hey, just 100?
But that's real though, dog.
Like, I mean,
you ain't got no money, son. The nigga just threw 100 stacks in your goddamn account.
But he mentions that the dude came from a good family. It's not like he was hurting for money. Now, granted, I imagine that money is probably going to go to do some sort of research that he wanted to do desperately. I mean, and now it's going to be a breeze where it was going to be a fucking struggle before.
They didn't say his parents was rich. They just said
he didn't say he was rich. He said he was it's a good family.
You could have just had a family that, you know, middle class. Middle class don't mean you got 100 stacks in your bank account after 10 of a meeting. Just from the first meeting, and you're gonna get paid more, is what Tobias is saying. Now, of course, we know as an audience, don't trust this man.
I mean, this is the biggest mafia favor you can be given right now. This comes with so many strings,
but
you know what I mean.
This cat, but once again, like once we basically wrap up the story with Jen, with the family, now we're building up to we seen Tobias building his team, because I feel like Cutter's on the team.
Yeah.
Cutter on the team. Right. Genius boy right here, he a sucker for the money, so it's not like he got this high moral aptitude anyway. You know what I mean? Is
there a scenario that you believe that Tobias gets Khalil back and tries to bring him back into the fold?
Nope, Tobias didn't try to murder this dude. Now, speaking of Khalil, before I get into Tobias' team building, there's I had so much respect for the character when he tried to cut Jen loose. Like, when he was like, you don't gotta be on the run with me, man. Like, I'm on the run. You have a future. You could go back.
Because we're all thinking the same thing.
Yeah, so I'm glad he was a real nigga about that. Because he was too sick to even be thinking, you know. But I'm glad, like, while they was driving, but then Jennifer stepped up and said, nigga, I am not just some damsel just riding, nigga. I got you.
Yeah, I know. And at that point, I was just like, oh, shit.
I still don't agree.
You ain't getting rid of her.
Right. I still don't agree, but I'm glad that scene happened, and it was very realistic. And Khalil gonna die. That's what gonna make her a superhero. I said this from the beginning of our podcast, and it's starting to look more and more apparent that that's what's gonna get her in the suit. Because you gotta wonder, what's gonna get her in the suit? What's gonna get her in the suit? Like, her sister been about it.
My first wonder was what's gonna get her to embrace her powers, right?
Yeah.
And then like we just kind of organically got into that. It's like,
but now it's the boy, and we learned that from the dump that was messing her up with her powers because shit wasn't right with the boy.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the thing that makes a hero a lot of times is tragedy. Which is why I'm leaning more and more that revenge of wanting to get Tobias is going to make her be like, Daddy, sister, I'm going to fuck what y'all saying. I'm on this mission. We getting Tobias because now he's personally affecting me. Khalil toast. And Painkiller, the character has got is done. Like, it's a villain character. You gave him a whole arc. He was bad, now he good. He had the love story. I don't know where else you're going to go with him.
I mean, and everybody's making fun of you now. Do your joke.
And also, he can't be out here knowing that Black Lightning is Jefferson. And if she become a hero, like, he gotta die.
He got it.
It only makes storyline sense.
Right. But you did say it. You called it. Like I said, I thought that he might be the one to bite the bullet at the end of the episode.
In this episode.
Yeah, this one. And then for him to make it, was just sort of like, and then for her to, like, I was just like, something's just gonna go wrong here. She's just not gonna give up the antidote so easily. And sure enough, she did give it up so easily. And you know, he stuck around.
It wasn't easy. She was getting her ass shocked, and then she got the poison herself.
No,
self-preservation.
I meant like when she did give it up, it was in fact the antidote, not some bullshit. You know what I mean? Yeah,
she had to have it for herself. They broke themselves like in a nice way to get out of that situation.
Right.
I'll say that at the dump.
I'll give him that. But yeah, I thought he was going to bite the bullet this time around. But I do agree that it's inevitable. At least it feels that way.
It feels that way. If y'all write your way around Khalil dying to get her in the suit, I'm going to be very interested in what's going to get her in the suit. Because right now, she still just wants to be a teen, having her own life. Even in running away, she wants to run away with her love. So, like...
She wants the love, she wants the freedom.
So we're going to see how this rock. So, like I said, with Tobias, he has Cutter. He got Genius Boy, Blue Ranger. Then we just get thrown in this random scene where, once again, Black Lightning using their white actors the way that white movies and TV shows traditionally use black people. And a bunch of dead white people.
Yeah, it would seem like some sort of white supremacist bar.
Yeah.
Or get-together gathering. Looks like maybe even a show. I don't know.
At first, I was like, Daniel from Insecure, what the fuck you doing here?
That's what I thought too. Okay, cool. All right, yeah. I don't want to say it out loud.
I thought it was him, son. But
I swear, up and down, I was like, okay, cool, man. You don't get to be Black Panther, but look at you wrecking house over here.
I was like, what did my dude Tattoo Man? Did he get in a new body? What's going on? Because
I thought it was him too for a second. Once I realized it wasn't, then I took a real good look and I was like, oh, it's none of them.
It's a whole nother nigga, and he can disappear. He has powers. He seems formidable. This is a very good entrance for a new character introduction. And I tripped out because this nigga here, not only does he disappear and has powers and can look like he could beat ass, he still shoots you with guns even though he can disappear from anywhere. I thought that was so raw. I
foresee him disappearing and reappearing behind Anissa
Thunder
and shooting her.
I mean, it's possible.
But she's got like some sort of like shield against being shot, right?
Yeah, but you can still get shot. And once again, it's very interesting that Tobias has this cat now. There's seemingly another assassin cat that could disappear. He's probably been the one that killed Khalil. This disappearing shit.
Oh wow, you think so?
Because we just watched Cutter take her shot.
Oh shit, maybe he will kill Khalil.
We just watched Cutter take her shot. You feel me? So I feel like we're not gonna see Cutter for a few episodes. He's
Cutter's gonna be on this side.
No, Cutter gonna be in the super evil team.
Yeah.
I think you think Cutter's gonna go to Black Lightning's side?
No, I think she's gonna help out. Just Painkiller and.
You think she's gonna help out Painkiller and Jen? Yeah. Interesting. Maybe. I didn't think about that. I gotta think about that some more. But definitely Tobias has gotten this guy on the scent, and this guy, he's gonna kill him. I feel like now the more I think about it, he gonna be the one that take out Khalil. Khalil ain't gonna be able to fuck with a nigga that can disappear and shit. And that's gonna be the tragic situation. Yeah. And that was the mid-season finale, y'all, man. That was basically it. That was everything, dude. Okay. And and I dug the mystery, but like you said, I needed something more to happen because we basically ended up where we started. That's kind of frustrating for a mid-season finale.
They sold me on some sort of tragedy or big event, and then it turned out to not be any of those things really.
But still, cool shit happened.
Still cool shit, yeah. Let me start off by saying I did still enjoy the episode very much. It's just I felt like I was sold something else. Which, is just promotion. That's just how it works sometimes.
That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, so, not angry with the show, but just noticeably, you definitely set me down and told me, this is what we're going to give you next week, and then you gave me something else. You know what I mean? And not that you gave me something bad, right? But you wasn't what you sold me. It wasn't what you sold me. I don't want a refund. But
yeah.
So,
that's cool. Yeah. That's cool episode. And that's the thing, too. These are seasons that go 21 episodes. So to say we're just on 9, and I think they're going to get their full 21 this time. We got to be patient with a lot of this stuff.
I feel like it's going to slow down when we come back. And it's, did you hear that they're moving to Mondays instead of Tuesdays now?
I did not.
Yeah, when they come back on the 21st, I believe. I just read that today, that they're going to be... No, I read that in the... I read that in the article that you sent me.
Word. I didn't read the whole article. I just looked at the pictures.
Oh, okay, yeah. I read a little bit of it. I was trying to understand. Yeah, I was trying to I don't know. I ran down.
So right now, what comes on Mondays? Right now, Monday is occupied by Arrow and Legends.
Legends comes on Monday, and I think that's
Arrow's on Monday.
Arrow's on Monday?
Yeah.
I thought it was on Wednesday.
Supergirl is on Sunday with Charmed. Arrow's on Monday with Legends. Black Lightning and Flash is on Tuesday. Cool. Riverdale took up the Wednesday slot with that Tay Diggs show with All American. Yeah. And I forget what's on Thursdays. But I know they got Roswell coming. I think I watched some of the first season of Roswell back in the day. I don't know if this new Roswell show has any connection or not. I don't have no real interest at all.
I didn't really dig the first. I couldn't get into it. Really.
It wasn't really my thing.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The Titans, man. Did you see the last episode of Titans?
I believe so. The last one was the Hawk.
Yeah, this Hawk and Dove was the last one. But they might have a new one out by now. I gotta go look it up.
I was just like, it's so contrived.
Oh, you didn't dig it at all?
I fucking loved it. Yeah. But I was just like, I could... It's like, I'm just on board with this show now. And it's sort of like, I'm going to kind of take a lot of stuff that you give me. But I see what you're doing. And I was just like, I don't care. I see what you're doing. I don't care. I see what you... okay, all right, I'm going with you, man. I'll just go with you. I'm going to stop pointing fingers.
It made me fuck with Hawk more. Like, it really fleshed out his character a great deal. And I enjoyed that. But one thing the episode, and I love that how, once again, for specifically Hawk and Dove, when we get to them, they always seem like criminals that's not criminals. Like, you know what I mean? They do heists, but they're superheroes. You know what I mean? I dig that. But
I especially dig, like, I don't know, man. It's just like I didn't think I would dig all this time that they spent with him. I was just like,
yeah,
when the episode first, I know because you text me.
I text you. I had no interest at first, but it made me dig it watching them ride it out.
The exact same position. I'm sitting there just like, okay, well, Bass said he dug this, man. Well, all right, let me just keep going a little bit longer. I'm just like, I still don't want to see no shit about no goddamn Hawk.
Because they left us with freaking Starfire about to seemingly murder everybody.
Yeah, I'm like, that's what I want to go to. And then how dare you go back and, how dare you go back and then have her in the background in the mirrors and shit.
Yeah.
And calling them and shit.
In the past.
In the past. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
But I guess we weren't watching the past. We were watching both of them in their heads. Because that's what they kind of flipped into, because she woke up off of actually noticing it.
Yeah.
So they both are in their heads thinking of this, which makes it a little bit more trite because like y'all both imagining how y'all got together right now. But whatever, we're gonna just let that be. But I still dug that they came together over grief. But it still was a random occurrence that killed the brother and the mother.
I told you, dude, it was very contrived.
So
a lot of this shit.
That part took me out.
Contrived.
I was like, that's how they died. But like, you could have come up with another way.
So you're saying if you were standing here instead of him standing here, then this would have been would have been Hawk and White.
I dug the grief. I dug the grief scenes. I dug how they came together. I dug it all. But that part took me out. How they died. I was like, come on, guys. Someone got lazy with the pen.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I still, by that point, I just sort of like, okay.
Yeah.
That was the last straw where I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna stop pointing fingers.
Right.
Because I can't continue if I keep doing this. We're not gonna be able to do this. Right. So I'm with you. Okay, this is how we're doing it. Okay, cool. So this is how we make our way around to it. Okay, cool. So
I kept wondering, so when does Dick smash your chick then? Because after watching that episode, because for some reason I think when I saw their last,
so fucking messy, man.
Sad.
Couldn't be no fucking. We can't let you into the fucking back cave, motherfucker. You gonna start some shit.
Because on some real nigga shit, I think I had some impression in my mind that Dick got at, like, them three were out, like they used to just be fighting together, and Hawk dug her, but they weren't together at that point. And then Dick got his shot with her, and then Dick didn't fuck with her no more. Then Hawk got her, but no, Their love thing in this episode let me know that, they did end with her saying we can't do this no more.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so it does still open it up for Dick to get in there when Hawk can't get her.
Yeah.
But it stabs that Hawk did dig her. Okay, y'all straight. Cause it seems like, she said we can't do this, and we gonna do this vigilante shit. We can't be fucking. So,
which threw me for the hugest loop.
Right.
But I was like, okay, man. Because it was so, like, how many hours had to go by with her deciding to get on board and then deciding, okay, now we can't fuck no more? I mean, like, didn't we just fuck hours ago?
But I think she just went, but I think in her brain, she found out he was Hawk, the superhero. She found out his whole background. I think, and then when she watched... She helped him fuck up the first dude that molested him as a kid. And he took that molestation and took the bullet for his now dead brother. So I think something in her brain clicked that this, like, because remember her thing in grief was there's no one to blame. There's no one to punch. There's no one to kick. There's no one to kill. So by doing that for Hawk, she really helped herself out as well, because now she has faces to punch. We can go after the people to blame. I like the little ripple that they put in that Hawk and his brother Dove, when there was him and his brother doing it, was going after sexual predators because Hawk was molested. So that would be something that would get him going, to give him some passion for the vigilante business. Yeah, it answered the question, because actually they first start off there with them beating the shit out of this dude. And it's sort of like, it's kind of like, this seems wrong. What? Yeah, it's wrong. It's like, why are you doing it? Like, this seems like the most, like, I applaud you for wanting to be superheroes. Right. This seems like the pussiest superhero thing to do. Jump this nigga. To jump. First, you two big motherfuckers. Yeah. Well, one of you is huge. But the other one is very skilled. You guys are fit. You guys are fit as a motherfucker. Right? Yeah. So, and
you want to jump this dude who touches little boys. Clearly, he is not a taekwondo, or he doesn't take any sort of self-defense. Clearly, gonna kick his ass. And it's like, okay, cool. So and he really fucking kick his ass. Y'all take turns and take joy in it. But he touches little boys. Yeah, I know.
That's why he's that beat.
But it's kind of, but like, these are the people you decide, oh, well, I'm gonna go after these guys. I'm like, oh yeah, you're so big and strong, aren't you? Hitting a man who couldn't possibly defend himself.
But I'm sorry, I ride with it because they pedal.
I do ride with it though.
Yeah.
I didn't ride with it in the beginning.
I did
in the beginning.
Because to me, it didn't click that they were pedals at all. To me, I thought these niggas. I think I must have missed something. I was like, man, these niggas. I figured that's a bad guy to beating up. But I was like, they just beating this nigga the fuck up. What's going on?
What? Because they're standing on the roof.
Yeah,
they're standing on the roof initially, and they zoom in on him and they're like, this guy just got off or pleaded guilty or whatever for
I remember all that. I remember all that, but for some reason I don't think that clicked in the same manner that it should have.
Fair.
Because I know when I saw them jumping that dude, I was like, wow, this is trippy. Yeah. But then when they gave us a whole background of Hawk was molested, when they showed us that their whole brigade was looking up all these rapists and these pedophiles that got away with sexual offenses, and that's what they specifically wanted to do. They busting up child sex rings. I was like, okay.
It made it. Oh, because like I asked, so that was my question. I was just like, well, why you guys decide to do it this way? And then we kind of slowly take him through him being a kid and his mom and the situation in the school and him, like the pressure he was under and shit, and just the type of student he was, the athlete and all this shit, and then how all that compounded and then just carried over into adult life, and it was just unspoken issues between him and his brother that never were answered, but his brother always knew, but it was never spoken. But he knew his brother knew, and they never talked about it. It was dope. It was so, you know what I'm like. There's just so many fucking layers. Like, like you just, it's contrived.
But they did it
good.
I went
with it, bro.
They did it good. They did it really good.
I went with it.
But that's what I'm saying. So I understand why.
I enjoyed it.
But I understand why she ain't gonna fuck him, because I think in all that, after all that, she
wait, no, she just.
No, she fucked them, but I know why she decided to not. Because I think she decided, like, damn, because the central tension with them was building, and they both need to fuck something. I mean, come on, y'all just did some intense shit. I like the way they set that up. But like I said, I understand her being like, because we know that eventually they do get together as a couple eventually. But in that moment, if she's deciding I'm going to be this type of person, I can't be fucking this nigga, because then that's a whole nother drug. We fucking, and that's what they eventually become, which is funny. But I think she saw it early that it might not be the most healthy, but hey, it is what it is. And it surprised me by being a really good episode, despite it having very little to do with the main story. But it seems like they're really going to set up all these cats to be on this team, and I guess they really felt the need. We're going to set up Hawk and Dove over here, we're going to set up the main four over here, then we're going to bring them together, and hopefully going into season 2, we're going to see where it goes. And you see, this episode ended with them saying they had to find someone named Jason Todd. So we about to get JT back in the building. Yeah. So, I'm interesting.
I mean, you know, so the thing that I'm kind of disappointed in, I feel like it's just not going to happen. And I feel like what people are here, this is all speculation in my head, you know, just me sitting around thinking about it. I feel like what's going to happen is we're not really going to get a show where they're the Titans. We're going to get little segments where we're trying to slowly build
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I don't feel like we're really... I don't feel like it's not going to happen this season.
No.
And it's not going to happen next season.
No, yes. No, I think the end of this season...
By the end of next season, there will not be a team.
No,
they will still be in the building phase.
No, they're going to be in the building phase up until the end of this season.
You think so? You think by the end of this season, we will have an official team who's a team we go out and we fight and do shit together.
Yep. That's why we had Raven send... That's why we got money. Why we have Raven? That's why we have Raven going. Why did we have Raven bringing in Hawk and Dove?
Gentleman's bet right now.
We can have a gentleman's bet. I'm telling you, by the end of this season, they will be the Titans, and then they will all realize that the cliffhanger of this season 1 will most likely be the cliffhanger will be whoever's the big bad that they're coming together to fight, presenting themselves, and then we're going to be hyped for season 2 to see how the new team is going to fight this big bad. Are they going to end off with him becoming Nightwing or deciding that he's going to be Nightwing, and we might see him in a suit at the maybe. But no. But the fact that Raven had to go out of her bounds and get Hawk and Dove to come help them is going to bring all these people together, and they're going to decide that we're going to have to work together to beat this bigger force, and that's how season 1 going to end. I'm mad it's going to take all 13 episodes to make this team. Hope Donna Troy ass come join, because apparently from the trailer it looked like, she got the lasso like Wonder Woman. So there's a lot of things that they can do here, and I'm excited to see how they play it. I feel like this is going to be one of those situations where season 2 shits on season 1.
Well, I hope so. I don't think so. I see them. I don't know. It's like I feel like, and that's exactly what I want. I want this show where they're an actual team, and I feel like they're not geared for doing that. I don't feel like that's gonna be the case, because whenever they're building a team and stuff like, I don't know, in television in these slow build-ups, I just sort of feel like, I don't know, it takes so long to get to that moment where they're actually a full-fledged, team, unit, right?
They're taking the whole first season, dog. I'm telling you. I feel
like, man,
we're only
on
episode like 9.
I hope I'm wrong.
So for 9 to 13.
What was it, 13? Yeah, 13.
Yeah, so from 9 to 13, we're going to see them come together as a team, begrudgingly, because we have all these inner issues with different characters and such. You know what I mean? Like Robin fuck Dove. But
like, man, can we please get back to Raven and Starfire?
Next episode they're digging into all that. So, I'm curious to see how it goes.
I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. They got me on my that was one hell of a way to leave those characters. So yeah, I definitely want to get back to that like now.
And I just want to get to see how this whole season plays out. And I need my Young Justice cartoon to hurry up and come through. But
yeah, right. Next month, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I was wrong about Spider-Man. The new DLC drops this week, funny enough.
Oh,
the
is
third
it
DLC.
The third one drops this week?
Yeah, the third one.
I heard middling things about the first one. Have you heard anything about it?
I've heard mixed reviews about the first one. People apparently dug the second one.
Okay.
But since I'm getting them all when the third one dropped, I try not to spoil myself.
Right.
So like I'm just getting them all, because I was like, I'm gonna be mad getting them parceling myself. I'd rather just get all 3.
I've told everyone that, hey, I can be a part of your very late to the party, but now I can be a part of your Spider-Man conversations.
Yeah.
I can talk about the backpacks and the satellites.
You gotta beat it though. You gotta.
But wait, I haven't played it since I talked to you last about it. Right?
Yep.
Now, I told that to my coworker today, and I was just like, it just makes me sad because I have to sit here and watch the fucking trailer on loop, and it's like, it just makes me want to go home, and I'm sitting there like, and then like, when I get home, my lady is watching Netflix on the PlayStation, so it's like, I can't do it, and it's just like, I gotta figure out how to get this Apple TV working again, man.
You better figure it out, son, especially for gameplay purposes, nigga.
Yeah.
And once again, it has a nice, rich, and long story. And not only that, after the story's done, after the story's done, you have all this other shit that you got to do before you can even get all the shit that's in the game. We're still gonna have you playing it after the story's done, and then after that, you got your DLC. So you have a lot of fun to get into. So you gotta get the Apple TV working, dog. You're gonna be one of the other I was playing some of it today just to play it, because like you said, sometimes it's flying through the city, swinging through the city. It's just fun, son. It's just cool, son.
Yeah, it's very fun.
But that's it for this episode, guys, man. We talked that Black Lightning, we talked that podcast, we talked that Titans, we talked a little Spidey. You feel me, man? We did it, you know. Hit us up at reviewingdat@gmail.com. Next time we come through, we will be talking blind spotting. Possibly talking some Street Kings. I forget I gotta watch Street Kings.
Street King.
Reviewing that at gmail.com for any recommendations that you might want to throw our way. If you recommend it, we have to watch it. That's the motto of the show, no matter what it is, whether we like it, whether we interested. It just tis with tis. This is that actor guy, Mr. Bats. Spelling Mr. Out if you ain't gonna find me. Find me at Martin Bats Bradford on that Facebook though, or on that IMDb, whatever's kick that you own. And for this episode, man, I'm out here, bruh.
And this is your favorite host, Marty here, Marty Edwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snap at the chat. Also go to lowratingpictures.com, click on the Your30 tab where I co-host the show there with, what's his name? The Arrogant Observer. The show is called Your30 with Marty and the Arrogant Observer. Check it out on iTunes and all your other podcast places. And
he said nobody come to see you, Lawrence.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said. But you ain't gonna hit the spot. You ain't gonna listen to the end, goddammit. And if you
you ever watch Black Lightning?
You ain't watch Black Lightning.
If you do watch Black Lightning, you ever watch Titans, so you probably been to it.
Yeah, you probably gave up already,
motherfucker.
That's right. What's your name?
Also, don't forget to follow J.Steel at FatGirlNola, as well as I am at @IamJ.Steel_. The lady adorable asshole will be back next week.
Woo!
Till next time, yo, we out.
Peace out.